Well, hello and
Showtime.
welcome to
Showtime.
Yazerski. Hello and welcome to the final day of the Clatter of Clans Season 22, Triple Crowns. Today I will be joined by Priest, and later on we will be hearing the lovely, lovely voice of Mitch. But that being said, 2 days done and dusted. We're down to the final day. Priest, how are you feeling about today?
You know why we're here, Crowns. You know why we're here. I'm not even gonna pretend. It's been an exciting tournament so far. But we're gonna address the elephants in the room. 10, 11, BJE, Invincibles, Aura, all of those teams going at it, going absolutely crazy. And we've seen how the pressure has been mounting on these teams. The past 2 days. It all boils down to today. So I'm excited as well. We saw the leaderboard. We know exactly what we're in for. Everybody's been getting excited and locked in. So, I'm excited as well. I want to see how far this goes. So, yeah, COC Grand Final, ladies and gentlemen. We active. We active.
Definitely. I know it's going to be like a back and forth between a couple of teams there. But today we're going to be switching things up, which is what I look forward to. We will be playing no Miramar games today, as we'll be starting all the way from Vikendi, going into Erangel, going into Sandhawk, and then back into Erangel. How do you think this might actually affect the teams there, Priest?
Yeah, I was going to talk about that as well because there are some teams that, are map specific. They are very strong on certain maps. And the fact that we don't have Miramar is going to hurt teams like Aura and Invincibles, even BJE. I think is going to hurt them as well. But, we've got a little bit of Sanok in there to compensate. So, yeah. So it's gonna be a very fun experience still. So yeah, I'm excited to see what this first map is going to bring for us.
No problem there, Priest. We'll get back to you at the end of the first game of the day. But that being said, let's waste no time. Mitch, we're out here again in the white parts of Vikendi, the snowy parts of Vikendi, and I know you're a big fan of the map. So how are you feeling about these games today?
Hi, Crowns. It's lovely having you around. I'm feeling hopeful. I love that we have seen a change in the overall results there. We have seen that BJE have been removed from the position one. They're now in position two. 10, 11 doing their thing. I don't know if they're going to hold it that long for tonight, but I'm excited and I can't wait to see how this game stand to be tonight.
No problem there. I'm just as excited as well. One thing that is not so exciting about today is that the first game of the day we will be missing the players there from active gaming once more. And I'm guessing it is what we said yesterday. It's one of those situations where they've probably just given up on the tournament. I don't know. I'm not gonna start biting into them, but it doesn't really show that much sportsmanship. Hopefully they're able to work on that heading into further and other competitions. But that being said, Vikendi is not too bad. Playing path is very nice. Taking us all the way from the waters of Peshkova down to the islands, just out, down to the beaches and the island of Vilhar or Vihar. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this team's gonna play it out. I'm not expecting too much of a hot drop today, and it does look like that will be the case. I'm not really seeing any teams that are relatively landing in the same positions anymore. I mean, G3 now seem to be all alone in Goroka.
Yeah, just to point out on what you've said that active gaming are not in the game. I didn't see that. I didn't actually notice it till you said it, and it's quite unfortunate. I hope the team itself is not, maybe they lost hope or discouraged that they can't do anything in this COC games for season 22. But I hope to see them the next season. It seems to be a slow game tonight. I haven't seen guys landing together, though on this northern part there, I've seen teams have landed together, so we're going to definitely get some fights happening from there.
Yeah, a couple of teams quite close to each other out there on the north. We do have Revenant Africa in Port, and then we have the players there from 10-11 just relaxing out there in Zabava. Other than that, zone does look to be towards that eastern side today. I think we might be gearing towards the east completely. But it does seem to be on that southeastern side of the map. In terms of placement of every team in the lobby, you've got Gods of War on your screen right here, and they are chilling in Tovar. if I'm not mistaken, the places. Yep, that is Tovar that they're chilling in, and just right on their outskirts, they have the players there from Aura Esports just dancing, around their position. And this is what I was saying about Vikendi yesterday. You can pretty much land almost anywhere, and you're guaranteed to find good loot, right? So it's just if you're being very specific as to like the smokes and the grenades, maybe you might not find a lot. But in terms of like guns, you can land in scrappy buildings, get yourself good loot, and situated in the game. And I think that is what Aura Esports have chosen to do in this map of Vikendi. The only thing is when you choose to do things like that, you need to make sure your gameplay is going to be aggressive and not very passive, because you wouldn't have as much utils to play a passive game.
Yeah, that is actually true. I don't know if 10-11 is seen to do the same rotation they did yesterday. They were coming into the zone quite late. They did not want to engage in any early fights. We can see 4v4M and our Royal Academy are doing the same thing as 10-11 yesterday. They seem to have done their homework this time. Last time we had teams not doing their assignments, and it's good to see that we have teams avoiding the early fights, because Vikendi somehow is a very short map for COC, but not for something else that I've watched. But in COC, Vikendi seems to be smaller than Sunhawk.
Yeah, I know, right? These teams do know how to play it out, and they do bring the heat on. So I think that is one thing that I also enjoy from the squads here. Unfortunately, they're bringing the heat in situations where I would expect them to maybe not bring the heat. Play a little bit more reserved. But anyway, Dream Team. Not coming in today with Agathe again. It's kind of surprising. We do get to see them play at their finest when they do have Agathe in the lobby. However, she's not here, maybe not registered in this tournament. I do not know, but Dream Team really on the next though. They did start off the tournament very well in terms of like the finals. They started on the first day actually was absolutely wonderful in terms of gameplay, but yesterday they just seemed very stuck. I know as of game two or game one, at the end of game one yesterday they had 44 points, or at the end of game two they had 44 points, and at the end of game four, as of yesterday, they only got one extra point to make it 45. So it's like you're not really putting up the numbers that you're doing there in the second day of the finals. And I really hope that today they're able to step up to the challenge there, because one way or the other, they still might be in the run to get that third position from Aura Esports, but at the same time, maybe just jump themselves up the leaderboards a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, yesterday I told you that I'm waiting to see if the gap becomes smaller compared to how it was yesterday. And if our esports decides to do the same gameplay they did the last game yesterday, then probably we're going to see a really good gap closing there. Because for 10-11, I hope they're not getting too comfortable. I know how it gets when you're in the winning spot there. You're in position one. You feel as though you've already gotten the points you need, and you start relaxing, not playing as keenly as you are when you're looking for those points. And if they're not careful, UJE might take their slot back. And of course, the pressure is up there from top five teams. The pressure is a lot, and I'm sure they are feeling it. I mean, the prize pool is only for the top three, and then MVP. That has to do something to everyone at this point. They have to work towards the top three there. If you slack, you're missing the money.
Yep, definitely. That is one thing that there still is to fight for. And I think that's why I'm shining a lot of light on this idea of Aura Esports, really, because they happen to be the one in that position where it can easily be hijacked. In terms of 10-11 and Blackjack Esports, we do know that it's going to be a dance off between both teams. Seeing Blackjack Esports try to double up on the performance. Today, they do seem to have landed around that northeastern side, Trevno. So their rotations now, they're looking to take it on towards that eastern side of the map. I'm hoping not to see them play, with that much pressure as we saw yesterday. And I'm looking forward to seeing them play relatively better today. Give 10-11 a little bit of a run, a little bit of something to be scared about. But both teams looking up to get off to a really slow start. But I wouldn't even say it's just a thing about the teams. I would say it's more about the map that we currently find ourselves. So this is something that I like. This is the type of starts that I like to, a game. Where everyone's just calm down, collected, trying to get themselves looted up, getting those strategies in play, able to analyze the zone, know how you're going to play it, and then, you're able to at least have a game plan before you start getting into one of those tough fights, as compared to just landing, getting guns, and just, getting into fights instantly. That doesn't really give you so much time to think about the late game and how you're gonna play towards those times.
Yeah, that's actually true. You can see the map is on the side we wanted it to be yesterday, but this time it's not even where we want it. Of course, the team's already in the zone. It's only that some teams are doing the late. They're coming towards the zone late. TR Royal Academy 4 before M. These teams are still outside, far out. For BJE, it seems like today is just that day. They do not want any violence. I'm even surprised that we are still this far in the game and we haven't even seen a single knock. No team has been taken back to lobby yet. Compared to yesterday, we were counting losses as early as the first zone. So this is actually good. I'm happy that they listened to you, who is a noob, and that they're doing something. They seem like pros tonight. It's good. I'm
Yeah,
loving this. It's good.
yeah, we're finally getting to see, what one would almost call professional gameplay. I wouldn't try to like toot their horns a little too early because I know these teams in the blink of an eye they could all just toss everything down in the mud. This is how I'd
Mhm,
expect the finals to go in terms of like starting. Start off slow.
mhm.
Everyone does seem to try to get looted up. I hope Revenant Africa have got another vehicle in mind because no way they're going to be pulling up that rotation with that one vehicle. But that being said, you did speak about late rotations there. We do know a couple of teams that like to rotate late, 10-11 being one. I want to say 4 before M. I know 4 before M is one of those teams that like to rotate late, but to an extent, I'm starting to get confused about as to the gameplay there from 4 before M because I'm like, are you playing slow or do you just get caught out in the zone looting? Because we see them head into the zone very late, and I don't want to say it's not working for them. I just think they're rotating very, very late as compared to just having one of those slow rotations or late rotations that we see come through from the likes of 10-11, right? We see
Mhm.
10-11 rotate into the circle, but they're not getting caught out into the blue. But 4 before
Mhm.
M, they seem to get very, very comfortable with drinking that blue juice there.
Yeah, Blue Jays. Anyway, G3 here. It's your favorite team, and not favorite, but you really told us how good they are and how we should expect more. And I'm hoping we do that. And we were counting on these teams that they don't get to engage in fights this early. But as of now, we can see Dream Team, we can see our esports. They want to engage in a fight. I don't know if they're going to take it. Aura is not moving an inch, but Dream Team there are trying to flank. They have actually decided not to engage in the fight. I don't know who's advising the teams, but I hope they're ideally doing what we are hoping they're doing tonight, because if they are, then there's definitely going to be competition for that top spot for the top three there. You're going to see some good
Mhm.
competition.
Yeah, definitely. And I like the play coming through from Dream Team there. That is a bad spot to try to take the fight. And that's what I was saying about Vikendi yesterday, right? Vikendi is that
Mm-hmm.
map where if you have a point of interest, like a place you want to be in, and you go
Mm-hmm.
there and there is a team there, you can always find another building that is going to be very, very close, relatively close. And then it's just a matter of where you're currently situated in the zone at that time. Right. So it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have to be, you don't have to be nitpicky and say, you know what, by fire by force, I want this compound. I know you can do that in other maps, but when it comes to the map of Vikendi here, it's not really something that you can really be fighting all out for just one compound when there's like a whole lot of compounds around. We did see this idea of Noxious crash into the players there from Aura Esports,
Mm-hmm.
donating two beautiful eliminations to them. That is definitely one good way to start the game there for this idea of Aura Esports. And you can already tell, arms have already gotten warmed up from that little engagement they had with Dream Team. But I think Team Noxious got a little too excited and eventually did lose two players on that early rotate.
Yeah, just even before you could finish saying that it's nice the teams are not engaging in any fights, Team Noxious and our esports seem to have decided that they want to engage in this fight. Noxious losing two of their teammates quite early. Yes, we're in the second zone stage two, and they've lost two of their players. Bleeding Aura here changing his position. I'm hoping it's a good flank or just still maintaining the same position. But for our esports, this is a plus for them. Already they have 2 points, and since they're definitely trying to get the hash two or even the hash one, I'm hoping that it actually works out for them with how they're choosing to take their calls for this game.
You are really, really hopeful that that number one and number two spots can change. I do
I
not see it
am.
happening. Once again, I don't even think we'll be seeing another team breach into 100 points today. Because right now, for any team to breach into 100 points, at least for Bleeding Aura, sorry, for Aura Esports to make it into 100 points today, they will need to average 10 points per game, right? Which doesn't sound like a hard thing to do, but eventually when you consider that, to get just 10 points, you might need a chicken dinner. Other than that, you need to get 10 eliminations. I know it is something I can task Aura Esports to do, but in terms of like the consistency they've shown us across the days, I don't see it happening from them. So, but as I said, the challenge is still on. Is any other team going to breach into 100 points? I don't think so. So we'll continue to keep our eye out there. The fights that I'm seeing right now, I'm okay with it. Even though some teams have lost players, like Noxious has lost 2, it's not too bad. I'm glad to see that Noxious made the decision to leave where they currently are situated to not engage further in that fight. And even Aura Esports chose not to fully commit to that fight as well, because it's very open. It's a very large space. You can't just push anyhow into the middle. So it's still, I'm getting to see conscious plays coming through from these players. So that is something that I enjoy. G3, a team that we did speak about a lot yesterday, already off to a slow start as we see them lose one of the strongest on the team there in Serpent. So now they'd have to continue the rest of the game as a 3-man squad. Invincibles were the ones that got the knock. They do look to be pushing. Okay, not pushing. Yeah, but Invincibles did get that knock and thirst. And to be honest, I do not know how Serpents got knocked and thirsted, but this just still goes back to what we were saying yesterday. If you have a teammate who gets knocked, you want to try your best to make sure they don't get thirsted. Distract the opponent, throw smoke. These are the things that I would always ask for, especially when I'm playing and even when I'm not playing, right? I'm like, if your teammate gets knocked, I know many people are trying to grab their thirst, but unless your teammate was being careless or reckless, that's when they will get knocked in such an obvious position where they can get thirsted. So I would still expect that, at least you try something. Maybe throw a couple smokes to blind the opponents from seeing your teammates anymore. And also maybe have someone else just shoot in the general direction of the enemies. That way you kind of buy yourself a little bit of time, to grab that revive up onto your teammate, as compared to just allowing them grab the thirst. I don't know. It could be harder for them to do, but that is just what I would expect to see teams do whenever they have one of their players knocked.
That is actually true. I believe it's more of the smokes and the nades that people are supposed to carry more. I don't know about the ammo. For me personally, I always say it, and I'll always say it, I'm a noob. So I end up carrying 400 ammo and then 1 or 2 smokes. But that shouldn't be the case for competitive gameplay there. You should have at least a good number of smokes because of the knocks. You say whenever a teammate is knocked, you can get to smoke them out so that the enemy cannot get their thirst. I believe Serpent was on the roof there when he was getting knocked. I don't know how they managed to thirst him, but it happens.
Exactly.
It's just too fast for them to recollect themselves and decide, let's smoke our teammate there. Let's do some cover fire so that they don't get to thirst him. But they didn't do that, and they lost their strongest player there. We saw him yesterday getting the most number of kills for his team, but tonight he is the first one to leave from his team. So I don't know what G3 has in store for their team, but they should definitely think about their game as of now. And they're already sandwiched. You can see Quantum Africa just in front of them. On their right, they have Team Invincibles. If anything goes wrong, if they do not have enough smokes, if any of their teammates is not this early, if they're lacking on the smoke area, then definitely they're not going to get any help from that. They're just going to lose more teammates.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's not just about not even having it, because you can see that some of them have the smokes, they're just not using it. And as I said, it's just the thing of, even if you're not going to throw the smokes, you at least want to distract your opponent, or try to distract your opponents from getting that thirst, right? You don't necessarily have to see them. Just shoot in their direction. Try to just draw their attention, prevent them from trying to even peek any further. These are things that would, relatively slow your opponents down in trying to get the thirst. But anyway, all the best for them, to be honest. I'm just still watching, seeing how things would play on towards the end of the game. Zone does seem to be moving further towards that eastern side. We're about to get yet another zone shift. A couple scrappy knocks here and there. Nothing too stressful, nothing too bad. We still have all 15 teams alive. A couple players lost here and there. But as I said, this is something that I'm still always just glad to see. 4v4M heavily drenched in that zone. And I see them around the winery. So that just leads me to believe they're just getting caught up in the looting phase, because they've already lost one player on rotation already. They spent so much time getting looted up towards the edges of Movatra, and now they're getting into the zone. They're still going towards the winery, and in my mind I'm like, what are you looking for here? Rotate into the zone. and they're just
Yeah.
out here still drinking more blue juice. But hey, maybe that's their strategy. But if that is their strategy, it really is not working, and I hope they find something different they can do.
It is definitely not working. How are they, you call it blue juice? How are they taking that? It's not even tasty, is it? Because it
Mhm.
takes your teammates, it destroys your plan, and it doesn't go well for any team. I just hope you can see that side of 10-11 there. Yes, we can. Bots with a cover there, getting a good knock and a fast. On Alpha Scoops, Alpha Light is also down. What just happened here? Because the first time when we were watching when we were on the other side, Alpha Siege had the upper hand, but now things have turned, and they are the ones losing their teammates there. They have only Kispi as the only one standing from their team. Are we going to see a 1v4, a 1v3? Are we going to see good game from Kispi? We have not seen it that much in this finale. In the semi-finale, it was there. I saw it from Yang. I can't remember which clan he's from, but the player called Yang,
Mhm.
he has done 2 wipes in the semi-finale. I don't know if that's going to be the case here. We're going to see if Kispi is able to give us a wipe or not. That okay, it seems he's not going to give us that. He has decided to retreat. Good call. If you're not able to get the clutch, leaving is always an option.
Yeah, I wonder why it took him so long, really, and why he's still driving. Stopping any building. You really can't be finding very comfortable buildings as a solo. But
Oh,
unfortunately, he's going to drive straight into the arms of Blackjack Esports and it's going to give them one elimination. And there we go. Alpha Siege, the first team to make it back into the lobby. Blackjack Esports are still around the vicinity, have a little bit of an idea as to 10-11 being in the vicinity. And I do not know if they were keeping a track of the elimination feed and they saw that they took out the last player there from Alpha Siege. If they were looking at the elimination feed earlier, they would kind of know that they were just in the fight with 10-11. So if they are looking in that general direction, they probably might have an idea that that is 10-11 that is currently on the shorelines there. But we'll see what they do. For before I am going for a rotation, to be honest, I am done trying to understand what the strategy is. I'm just going to keep watching them and we'll see what exactly they've got in mind. They've lost 2 players on this absurd rotation that they've gone for. There's tons of
yeah.
lands that you could go for. We saw Invincibles go for a very northern based rotation yesterday, which worked out well for them. So as a team, if I'm seeing that, I know that that is something you can definitely try on the map of Vikendi, especially in this lobby, because that's what we're seeing Invincibles do again today, right? And they're doing it, and that rotation is playing out well for them. So it's like 4 before I do not understand it. I was saying it, are you getting caught out in the loot? Or are you just trying to play slow? But it doesn't look like it is them trying to play slow. It doesn't seem like a game plan. It just seems confusing, and I really hope they're able to adjust their strategies as we move forward. Down towards that southwestern edge, though, we do seem to have a whole lot of trouble looming, and I think in a matter of seconds we should be having those fights break out.
Ooh, our esports has finally decided to go for a push there. Royal Academy passing next to them. Good damage there from Lazy Man. He's not lazy in cover push. DBS.
Don't lose that.
Potatoes. Those were potatoes, guys. Those were potatoes. The player is down. He has been knocked and taken back to lobby immediately. Our esports is not having a good time in this fight. They have lost one of their players there. But luckily, they were able to get a good number of knocks, leaving just one player from Royal Academy. That is Rad. And he has a lot to do now. Oh, beautiful nade from our there, getting a good finish on their knocks. But is it going to be enough? Is it going to be enough?
It does look like Crusader is doing a whole lot of the carrying right now, sitting with 4 eliminations that the team holds. Lyrad is the last player there for Royal Academy as we lose Quantum Africa in the background. I did mention that there were a lot of teams down here on the southeast, but also on that north, we have a couple of teams looking to get closer to each other. Down here that you're looking at is on the south, where we've got NOXIOUS, the last player, looking to defend against the players there from G3. I'm pretty sure Gorilla is aware of where that player is. They're already sending grenades. That's a good one up onto Lord. As it's going to be forced to heal. I know, and this is where I think you would like this one because, spam the grenades. Me, I'm like, you know what? Let everyone send into that building, try to do like a whole sweep, FBI open up type thing, as compared to just trying to use all of these UTs. And there we go. One player falls, but there's going to be enough player there to cover him up. And that is going to be
that was actually a good call. It is a good call. But it's okay if you're going for the full-on push, it's fine. But the guy was holding, you said it's not camping, but okay, he was strategically holding a corner, waiting for these guys to come in, And if he was a good player, if he had good space, he would have probably gotten them. We have a nade there from Quilla getting Crusader. Will there be, two nades actually, but only one of them got a knock there. Cheeky is just close to them. Aura is
Ooh,
down, bleeding.
stop
Aura is
it.
down. How is this going? Rage is also really, really low. It seems like they have a split here. Don't
Come
Aura
on.
getting pushed. DBS. Oh, Quilla is down. Good stuff there with
Prevent
the
the
DBS.
thirst.
Nah, that's too good. That's a good
Come on.
DBS. Another DBS? We need another DBS. Let's go for that push. Let's go for that push. Cheeky getting good damage there from TERRORSIX. They're that part in this fight. It is not looking easy for the both teams. There are Esports, Invincibles. They're not having an easy fight here. They have gunfire from every corner. They cannot push up without thinking. They need to be careful. Rage there with the DBS. Go for the push. Crusader with the push. They're trying to DBS
God.
Rage. Good damage. Go for the push, my guy.
Come on. Uh-oh.
Good knock. That's a good
Come
knock.
on.
Nice knock. Let's go. So Aura Esports
That was not
Invincibles, they both have
necessary.
players down. The guy has been casted from Aura Esports, leaving just one guy that is down to Aura. And he has to do something. The two players there, one is down. Rage is really, really low. And we have a finish there. It is done. Invincible Esports have been taken back to the trophy.
Alright, Sports grabbing themselves 8 eliminations, 4 extra coming through from that fight. Unfortunately, they had to lose 3 more members or make that 2 more members, which is sad, by the way, because I feel like Daunt could have easily pushed that revive and gotten everyone dead as compared to trying to get the thirst. Damn it! Like this, it frustrates me because I'm like, there's no way the information has to be there. You know, the one player who was not was definitely telling him, hey, they are trying to revive in front of me. Why are you trying to grab a thirst? Go and clear them as they're trying to res. You have a DBS in hand. So it's like, go there and slap them on that revive so that way you can revive your teammate as compared. Because now he thirsted, wasted more time. They got the revive and then they even had the time to even thirst his teammates, his only source of information.
Yeah.
I mean, it made it count at the end, but it's just like that fight could have gone in a way where you would still have 2 players up at the moment. But anyway, 8 eliminations.
Can you blame them?
I am. I still am. I'm not. I'm actually not going to let it slide because it's painful.
All right.
But anyway, they've been able to get 8 points. I mean, 10 points per game is where we have them looking for. So we'll see if they're able to get at least the first 10 points of the day in their race to make it into 100 points. But G3 here looking to push up towards Society of Gods of War, and things not looking too good because 2 of your teammates are knocked, and instead of going to revive them behind cover on the ridge line, you choose to push. I'm done, bro. Damn.
It's the tension. It's the tension. I believe it's the tension. Players are having a hard time here. They have a lot of third party going on. I cannot blame our esports because TERRORSIX was there. Nice knock there from bot. Good 2 knocks there with the DBS. He's getting pushed. Still trying to get another knock with the DBS. And that team is done. Dream Team, BJE. These teams have been taken back to lobby. Another fight. Bots, let's go, bots. With the DBS, today he's not a grenadier, he's a shotgun master. Let's go. What?
They're such a good team to watch play, 10-11.
10-11.
How have they survived that?
Yes.
Because that was Blackjack Esports and Why So Serious sticking out at the same time to just the one team there. And what a play coming through from Gerbots, man. That was wonderful. DBS shots takes absolute skill. And to be honest, at this point, I don't even wield the DBS that good. But TERRORSIX now having to take the Terror onto the side of Dream Team, who are currently down by 2 players. Up to survive the rest by 2. I'm not gonna start. But anyway, now they're down to 1. It's gonna be Archer to try to clutch this one out. Is currently in a 1v2 situation. The player that is pushing him doesn't have that much HP. So hopefully he might be able to get that clutch in. As you can see, the revive coming in through Archer finds the first knock up onto Jaros. And Sad now gonna get revived as well. His HP bar is back up. It's a 2v2 now once TERRORSIX gets that revive, but it doesn't matter because they will get sent back into the lobby. Dream Team, 4 eliminations, and they remain alive as we've got 4 teams left.
Okay. So this fight happened so fast because of the number of third parties we've seen from the word go. When the fights started coming in, we saw where we had the RA Esports there. We saw a lot of teams joining the fight, including TERRORSIX there. They were the ones joining the fight, making it hard for the fight to be easy between RA Esports. They were trying to really get it, even though you're blaming them. You're blaming him for not going for that push when they were trying to get the revive. well, they were pressured. They had a lot of things going on around them, and the player not going out was actually a good call, or else they would have lost one of their players to the third party from TER there.
It was sad. It was painful. I'm still pained because I'm just like the information has to be there. I'm always all about the communication between the teammates, and we've pretty much seen communication error come through from Aura Esports. We saw the same thing happen with Why So Serious. These are not the. I wouldn't expect this to be happening. Like it's more like fix the communications, make sure that you're passing the correct information. Because I mean, for Aura Esports, if that information reached Dons that hey, these guys are trying to get the revive. The other person's HP is not the best because you did fight with him, right? So it's like, oh, they're trying to grab a revive here. If you've gotten that one knock, show up for this res or for this part that they currently are, and you can just take them out, and that way we get the chance to revive. And then we do lose Aura Esports. I believe they were able to get at least 10 points in this game, so we're not gonna battle them too much, but hopefully they're able to fix that communication error. Dream Team, how they lost 2 players, I really cannot explain. Once again, it was down to that player vaulting over the window. I do not know why that is the choice. I always say, if you see a window, do not jump over it. But I guess some things you just gotta learn the hard way. So
Probably he didn't separate the jumping button and the climb button there. I'm trying to be nice tonight. I'm trying to look at this side as a noob, trying to understand what is happening, and probably that could have been the case. We can see there 10-11 trying to get nades towards Dream Team there. None of them is connecting yet. We do not see any Kobe's, but the nades are too much for Dream Team to survive this. They're trying to retreat. Look at the zone. We have our first knock there. One kid getting a good knock, leaving just Archer. He's trying to get the heal in there, but is it the time to do that? Is it
pop
really
the
a time
tires
for you to
first.
heal Archer?
Thank you.
This is not looking good for this guy, but let's see how it plays out. The nades are still coming
That's
in. Will it connect? No, it did not. But Archer is still low. He's still getting a good amount of damage there from 10-11. They're making it hard for him to survive. But if you look at the map there, he's the only player in zone at this point. He's having a good time. He has been spotted. Can they take some? Yes, they can. And Archer has been taken back to low BGG's 10-11.
Gods of War, they do seem to know how to start a day. This was the same way they started yesterday by getting the first chicken dinner of the day. Today, are they going to do the same? That's the question we've got in mind. They are up in a 3v3 up against the side there of 10-11. Fatal seems to be the only active player on the Gods of War team. So we're looking forward to seeing if the rest of the team can step up now in this final fight, because they are not going against any small team. It is 10-11. Everyone is down in the grass. I'd expect the players there from Gods of War to emulate in those steps, because you really, right now, they have a little bit of the element of surprise in terms of 10-11 only have the general idea as to where they are. They don't really know the exact location of those players. So if they're standing up, that is going to give out their location. The one thing you do not want to do to the side of 10-11. But man, 10-11 definitely would have quite the utils to work with, because there's quite a number of crates around them. But it's only a matter of time before the zone does start to move. Some players are already looking to get spotted there as Fatal stands up, finds the first player, looking for the second, but it's gonna have to hit the deck. Looks for 2, and indeed he will find 2 as Sherbot falls. The blue zone is there to take him down, but he has done the work. It is down to Control and N1 to let it count, but N1 falls, and now it is Control with the grenade. Molotov goes down towards the left hand side, and that is good play coming through from Jared, but forces the push from the right hand side as he does come through with the DBS. Jump shots coming in through, but cannot stand up against 10-11 as Gods of War cannot make the efforts count, and they go out in second position to the side of 10-11. What a play coming through from 10-11 there. You know what? I'm not even going to start saying Gods of War this and Gods of War that. Hopefully they saw that one. But Priest, what are your thoughts about that game?
There are so many ways that could have gone. I really thought that Gods of War had it in the bag at a moment there. I thought they had it in the bag, but 10-11, they play that very, very solid. It was a 3 versus 3. Everything was, I would say the defining moment of this particular game. The defining moment for this particular game was that last ditch, that last move, that last push, that 10-11 utilized against BJE and Why So Serious. That moment that was where I believe the confidence went crazy for 10-11, and that just changed everything. You know what it is when you eliminate the team that is directly chasing, behind you. You put a little bit of more space. If there was space before, you put some more space between you and that team. Send them a couple steps back, and then that puts you in the driving seat. 10-11 have done exactly just that. Gods of War almost had them in the bag, but that DBS, bro, that DBS, bro, just DBS is a game changer. Everybody that knows how to, swap the DBS around knows exactly what they want to do, and they put in the damage. Big moves from 10-11. And also Gods of War. Also, Aura were in the mix. They did some amazing stuff inside of that final third. Like you said, 10 points per game. And it looks like they might just be following through, so it's still a chance for them to crack into those hundreds. So yeah, we're going to be looking out to see if they're going to maintain that energy.
Anyway, yeah, I hope they're able to do that. That is definitely not what Gerbot looks like. However, this is 10-11 and their eliminations that they were able to get. They did lose Bam Bam early on in the game, but that did not stop them in their quest for the chicken dinner. 12 eliminations and a winner chicken dinner as well. That is one way to start the game. At the end, I feel like 10-11 using that gun skill to their advantage. God of War really threw that one. I'm going to call that a huge throw, because not going to lie, that is not a fight that, all things being considered, that is not a fight that you're supposed to lose. I mean, Fatal already had it laid out for them. 2 knocks he was able to get. It was just a matter of getting the last person eliminated, and 2 players found that to be rocket science and were not able to pull that off.
Yeah, unfortunate scenario for them, but 10-11 putting in a lot of work. Same thing with Aura, like we said, 12 total eliminations for 10-11. Big points for them, 22, as they dash even further in that first place, that pursuit for the championship. But Aura were putting in the equal amount of effort. Crusader was with the heavy backbreaking activity there. 5 eliminations out of the total 8 that they got. He was dealing so much damage. Personally, I think Invincibles should have won that engagement. I don't know why you stop the res. If you start the res, you got to see it through. You got to take that responsibility, see the res through, turn into a 2 versus 1. That's what I would also, like to address as well, coming in from the Invincibles. Particularly, they did over 1,000 in damage points, but were only able to secure 3 eliminations. That tells you that, they were trying their absolute best to put some work in, but, they just fell a little short. But yeah, 10-11 towering above the rest, and only Aura only Aura coming close, really. 1,600, doing over 1,005. Big game from Aura Esports, really. It's like they just did their homework, they learned, they adapted, and they got just a little bit better than what I saw yesterday.
That's great to see, to be honest, from them. I still say questionable plays all across the board, but hopefully they're looking to make that better. I mean, we're looking at the nade usage here, 15 coming through from Why So Serious, so I'm getting impressed here by that team there. 23 smokes also being used, so these are numbers that I personally like to see. Maybe might not have been so efficient, but seeing that teams are getting relatively comfortable with using those grenades, definitely something that I would always enjoy to see. G3 also finding themselves on this list here, 1,200 damage. To be honest, I would have expected more from them, but they did lose Serpent early, and fortunately for them, they still were able to do about 6 eliminations, so I really wouldn't beat them up too much.
Yeah, I mean, G3 active. They were getting very, very active, and I love to see the beautiful stuff coming through. But Gerbot, what? Huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Gerbot turning.
Gerbot.
Yeah, because I know that that's not him. But yeah, sure, why not? Gerbot was putting in that work. He was in the kitchen, 980, almost doing 1,000 by himself. That is more than most teams in this game. But Clippy did do almost 250 meters in the longest distance. Big. That's a lot of, and I probably did it with an M4 or something, man. It probably did an M4. I'm pretty sure, because I think the bolt action culture is dying off. I think we've been replaced with the what's it called, the DBS meta. I barely see anyone pick up bolt actions now, so that tells you that the meta has changed and everyone has to adapt. But Clippy did put in a lot of work. He turned up very, very nicely for G3. I think G3, like you said, I expected better from them. They put in 6 eliminations roughly, but yeah, Clippy has been putting in all of that work, 56 total. That is a big. Okay, this is the match summary actually. So 56 total for the match entirely, but Clippy was the one with 241 meters distance wise, 150 points.
I guess I don't. Yeah, that's about it. That's about it. I don't think there's anything
that's a
else.
wrap.
Like,
Yeah, that's a wrap.
it's a wrap.
Yeah,
It's
can't even lie, bro. That's
what do they call it? It's curtains. Yeah, there we go.
Bro.
That's
yeah,
GG's.
that's a wrap. That's a
All
wrap.
right, sports on 83 points.
Yeah,
maybe...
I'm rooting for All Right Sports though, for real.
Oh, All Right Sports on 83 points at the time being. They've still got 3 more games to go, so they might be able to just make it into that 100-point mark. Why So Serious 10 points behind them? Hopefully they can still give a run for that 3rd position. Invincible slacking off in that game. Could have done better in that fight against the side there of All Right Sports, if I'm not mistaken. But they did look to go out rage, not able to complete that revive there. Gods of War putting up a little bit of numbers up on board, 54 points. I do not see them heading for that 3rd position anymore. And Dream Team continuing to lose points as the day goes by. I do not understand how they're managing it, but I hope they're able to do better going into the next couple of games. I will be very, very surprised if Quantum Africa, one way or the other, does not overtake Active Gaming, because this is 2 games now that Quantum Africa have actually played, and they've not still been able to to take over Active Gaming's position on the leaderboard. So to be honest, Quantum Africa is just 3 points. You can do it. I'm hoping to see you guys get more than 3 points in the next coming games there. But ultimately, leaderboard right now, it is almost looking like we already know who the winner is going to be. It's now a battle for 3rd position, and maybe not even 3rd position, to be honest, because with the aura that Aura Esports have started with today, it doesn't look like they have that much they have it in mind to lose any more games.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head with that one, because starting off the day with these points that they've already got, Aura Esports, I think they have a little bit of something that they can push the narrative with. We're looking out to see if they can keep that energy up. Like I said, I'm rooting for them. They're just like 30 points, give or take, away from the guys from BJE. But then we have to expect that BJE will not put up any points. So, and that's very, very unlikely. I just want to see them get to 100, and that's good enough for me. I can respect that one. But, it's the Clatter of Clans Season 22 Grand Final, ladies and gentlemen. It's Priest and Crowns bringing you the action live. So do not touch that dial. We'll be right after the break for the next map. Remember, there's no Miramars today, so you're going to get ready for some Eranjo or Sanok action.
Take that.
Where everybody has said,
Take that. 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 Now.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Clatter of Clans Season 22 Grand Finals. Today's the third day, and we've already seen the first game of the day done and dusted. Now we're about to see a little bit of, I want to say normalcy, but it's going to be abnormalcy because something about these teams and the way they play the map of Erangel Priest.
Yeah, it's always going to be a different vibe when Erangel is involved, and especially the fact that we're coming from Vikendi, that requires a different type of strategy to play, and now we're in the more tactical aspects. So yeah, let's head straight into the action and see what these teams are going to bring for us. So Mitch, Crowns, take it away.
Zersky. Back on the plane here in the map of Erangel, with the way that plane part is looking, it does look a little juicy. Taking us all the way from that western side of the map all the way towards the northeast. How are you feeling about this map here, Mitch?
It looks fair. The flight path itself looks quite fair for the players there. All I can say is I'm hoping to see new winners. Okay, yesterday we had the Invincibles taking the last game. That was quite good. We were there celebrating on their behalf, and I'm hoping even for tonight. I have heard you and Priest saying that it is finished now that 10-11 is at 150 points. But this is
Yeah.
another game, and they still have two more to go. So I don't know how I feel about that. You can be saying they're winning it, but I'm saying there might be someone else taking position 1, 2, and 3. The tables might actually turn if they're not careful in this second.
Not gonna lie, I like your optimism, but as for me, I don't know. I call it GGs. I call curtains. It's done. All right. And I'm saying that because Blackjack Esports from the second/third game of yesterday, we've not really seen the same Blackjack Esports that we saw on day one, right? So I'm not feeling overly confident in the way they've been playing so far, and it's not like they changed anything on the squad in terms of like members. So it's just a little bit. It's not. It's not really. They're not giving me so much confidence vibes as to them, looking to give 10-11 a run for the money, because right now they're now in the position whereby 10-11 would need to have a bad game and they would need to have an exceptionally good game before they would be able to get into to battle for that number one spot. I mean, there's already like a 35 points difference. That's a lot. But anyway, we're not going to talk too much, dwell on that one, as we can see Invincibles pushing on foot towards the side there of 4v4M in this early engagement in the crates of Jojo Ball.
Yes, we are seeing 4 before M is already having a player knocked. They're still taking their time. They're not going for the revive. I don't know why they've taken quite an amount of time there trying to think about their revive.
If they test
Invincibles
him,
there,
my
they're also having just happened the same thing. Invincibles are also having a hard time here against 4 before M. They have lost one player already. I was here saying that they won yesterday's final game. And now for this game, they're doing the exact opposite. They're losing their players this early. A nade being thrown. Is it
That's
a
a good
Kobe
name.
Quilla? Quilla is next to it. No, he's not. The nade was actually not in there. But Quilla is really, really low. And 4 before M is definitely going for that push. They want to see what they can do against Invincibles. These two teams have a lot to catch up on. And taking this early fight is not the best way to go about it. But if it's something they see it's okay with them and they're willing to take the risk, I mean, it's all about the risks anyway. They are free to do so. I hope it works out for them, to be honest.
I want to assume that they're waiting for the smoke to dissipate before they start their push. 4 before M do have the numbers advantage. They've used it to an extent with that off angle. But I think this is a situation where you need to swarm into this little warehouse with at least 3 players. That way you're really not losing too much. I see that they have one player, Sammy, on the high ground, hoping to play a little bit of cover fire for them. I don't know how useful that is going to be in this type of engagement, but I'd expect to see the entire team push up. So Sammy, form up on the teammates, let everyone just swarm into that little warehouse before the rest of the team can form up there. But anyway, good angles being held by Invincibles, not gonna lie, but the HP bars not really looking too high in terms of like this fights that they're about to engage in. But anyway, we're starting to see 4v4M slowly but surely creep into the warehouse here. And I think pre-fires is going to be the way to go forward, as we can already see those speed coming in through. Leo Reach, you cannot sleep on that one. Shots already coming in through as the players there from 4v4 make their way into the building. They do lose one player there. Oh, gas explosion there is going to come through, but it's not going to be enough to stop the players there from 4v4, and they will continue on that push. Paramo tries to hold down the fort, but he's going to get dropped as well, as we're down to just the last player in Rage. He's also in this vicinity. It's a 1v1 in the warehouse for the time being, but the players there from 4v4 still have one more player in the background. Jump shot comes through, or maybe they don't. And that is going to be a GG well played as 4v4M. Throw that one, bottle it at the finest, and lose that fight to the side there of Invincibles.
Yes, sir. But that pre-fire was quite late there from Rage. I hope he saw what he did there. If let's say the last player there from 4v4 was having a good amount of HP, he probably would have taken Rage back to lobby because he was the first one to get the fire. But it's fine. The good thing is that Invincibles have been able to survive this fight. It was an early fight. They have already lost 2 of their players. I hope they're not planning to take any other fights till the end of the game. But if they are, they have a lot of thinking to do there because as it goes, they're already losing. They don't have the numbers as it goes now. They're not doing good.
Yeah, Invincible is definitely not what they need if they're looking to catch up on the leaderboards there. But anyway, every other person does seem to be quite peaceful. Gods of War very close to the players there from Dream Team. Down on that southwestern edge. The zone does seem to be one of those nice ones. But I know this is one of those zones that could obviously push towards that northern side and things could get very tricky. But anyway, in terms of drop locations, Blackjack Esports a very long split that they've got going on that northeastern edge of the map. 10-11 out there in Yasnaya, Dauntless out there in Severny, nothing that we're not used to. Quantum Africa in the school area, Pochinki remains empty as we do not have active gaming in the lobby. The players there from TERRORSIX, Wakanda out in Gatka, we see Why So Serious around the chopsticks as well. Dream Team in the quarry area of the map, Ferry Pair being held by Gods of War. ALPHASIEGE out there on the outskirts of the quarry as well. We see Invincibles in Jojopo holding up as a 2-man squad, and out there in Ruins and the Watertown would have the players there from Royal Academy Gaming. And I kind of forgot about Noxious in Shelter, Revenants in Farm, and the players there from G3 in Muta Power.
You've been saying that the sides of Primos, Fieri Pierre, they were empty as of day 1 and day 2. But as you can see for tonight, it seems like everyone watched the live and they realized that that place is always empty. And we had 3 teams landing almost at the same place there. And yes, of course, now they're making the rotation, but it seems like it's actually true. They did their assignments that you gave them. Because I did not give them any assignment. I'm not that speaker. But yeah, we see that they actually took it and they tried to occupy that side. And now that the zone is not with them there, they have to rotate. They have to rethink where they want to hold as of now. BJE doing the same rotation as they did in Vikendi, coming all the way far away from the zone, trying to come back. Same to 10-11, taking the usual spot there in Yasnaya. It's really good to see people are trying to embrace the map of Erangel in a different way. Of course, you have some teams that are using the usual landing spots, like Aura Esports. We know that's where they land. So let's see how this works out. I'm still rooting for another team to take the top 3, but with how things are going, I don't know if that's going to be the case, but I'm going to remain hopeful for sure.
Yeah, definitely. One thing I just want to point out, Why So Serious? Kudos. I don't care whatever happens in this game, just for the sole fact that you're on Pochinki Hill. I love it. I'm glad. Glad to see at least a couple of teams taking that in. That is a sport that they can stay on, and it's a very important sport now because we've spoken about it a lot in the last couple of days. So right now, Why So Serious already the first on that hill, if any team tries to come take it from them, then they can start to fight and get themselves more eliminations up on board. So it serves as a good spot to gather information, and also as a good spot to get yourself some eliminations, because obviously some teams would also want to get it. So it's going to be down to how well you can play defense. But anyway, everyone's already looking to get started on their rotations. Revenants are already finding their way. They're currently finding themselves in Ahmad buildings. That is a personal building that I call Ahmad buildings, because there was a time when I was playing PUBG Mobile. We were trying to rank up, and we got to that building and we met like these hackers on the top of the hill, and the guy's name was Ahmad. So we called it the Ahmad buildings, or I call it the Ahmad buildings from there now, because that day was quite traumatizing. Dude just kept on shooting us with the M4 from the top of the hill. It was definitely hacking, but yeah, Ahmad buildings, that's what we call them.
Seems like you've been playing PUBG for a while, because if you were there during the time where PUBG had a lot of hackers, then that seems to be a fact that you're among the legends in PUBG. So
Legend is quite far. I mean, we've been playing the game since about 2019, late in 2019, December, basically. That's when I played competitive first. But we'll get back to my bibliography and biography later on, as we see Revenants looking to push towards the players there from ALPHASIEGE. Hazard, I do not understand what that grenade is. Oh, that's the project. Oh! Bro is cooking though. How about that? Here comes the rest of ALPHASIEGE though. I love the cover fire and I love the instant support coming in through. They will lose one player there to the grenades though, and I'm liking that one. The fact that the fight is still a battle of grenades at the start, and everyone's kind of looking for where every other person is. That's a good grenade, but unfortunately not able to quite find the damage there. ALPHASIEGE will lose one player early on in this engagement. Players there from Revenant Africa still remain as a full squad. They have a little bit of an idea as to where the players there are. At least they know that there's one player on the off angle. So that one is just going to be a constant there. We do have that grenade looking to be prepped, cooked up, sent out. Does do a little bit of tick damage there. Lost boy just trying to stay behind the fence, but light is going to fall down as well. So that puts Revenants really in the driving seats there as they continue to make their push. I love the play that is coming through from them. They're going for that isolating play. They're very aware of that off angle there, and they're playing towards that information that they have. You see them just going outside, tossing out those grenade scoops, trying to make sure that he stays away, but unfortunately will not be able to make it count. The last player there, Hazard, getting pushed on the top of the hill, and that is beautiful to the T. Played textbook PUBG Mobile coming through from the side of Revenant Africa. I'm so impressed.
That is true. That was a beautiful fight to see. The coordination that you were talking about, that our esports should have had from the last game. They had the communication there. You could see how well they're going towards ALPHASIEGE there. I love that. I enjoyed seeing the coordination. We want to see more of that. And if that is what you meant and that is what you wanted our esports to do, then I get why you were frying them at that point. I get it now.
Yeah. To be honest, because you can just see it's just the communications as well. From the start of that fight, Revenant Africa, they're like, okay, they have someone who is on the off angle. Whatever you do not expose yourself to the guy on the left. And that is exactly what they did. Three kept on throwing the grenades, to find those entry knock. And every push that they embarked on went through from that right-hand side, and they didn't even push as a solo. We saw them pushing as a two-man squad. When they got more, they came up as a three-man squad, had that one player on the off angle, and that was just very beautiful to see that coordination, that communication coming through from the team playing out well. That is something that I'm very impressed about. Invincibles, looking to have a little bit of visitors there in the side there of Aura Esports. But I don't think Aura Esports really want to dwell so much out here in Jojopo. It's not really worth it. It's not really in the zone like that. You might as well just get into your vehicles and just get into the zone now.
Yes, they should. But again, Invincibles, they should probably avoid this at all costs. I'm not even for anything, even though they have maybe the good communication. They should not move. Look at Rage. I am loving how Rage can hold corners. Oh, strategically hold corners.
Wonderful. Tactical waiting.
Tactical waiting. All right. He's doing that. He's actually good at that. He has been doing that throughout. And if there's anyone who wants to be like him, who wants to be that solo player who stays at the end of the game, then Rage, I think, is a role model for some of us at this point. He definitely is.
Yeah, definitely one for me, because I'm not one to even stay somewhere. To be honest, if that were to be me there, I probably would have moved a bit. They would have heard my footsteps. Aura Esports. This is what gets to me, because right now that's a very punishable play that they have going on there. You knocked one player. You got the thirst on the player. And then you're driving around in Jojopo. If that were to be a full squad there, you're completely obliterated. They've taken you out. Might as well leave. It's not in the zone, right? You already have your vehicles. Get into your vehicles and leave. There's really no points hanging around. If it were to be a full squad there, they would have shot at you and you'd have already lost like 1 or 2 players. Careless plays like this, I am not going to encourage. But why? Why so serious? Lose their position on the top of Pochinki Hill. Not gonna lie, Revenant Africa are feeling excited. Now they have the position on the top of the hill. They're gonna take it. 7 eliminations for them, and I'm wondering where they threw or where this Revenant Africa was on the first and second day.
Exactly. Where have they been hiding the skills? Where have they been hiding who they actually are? What the reason why they're here in CSC season 22 finale? They shared it this late, the third day of the finale. I wish they say that that was just practice during the semi finale, and then showed us who they are in the finale from day 1 to day 3. We would have been impressed. But coming and showing us this play at the third day, it's okay, but is it going to be enough for them to go all the way from position 11 to the top 3? Because I believe that is where everything is. You have to be at the top 3 to go home with something. But is it enough for them?
That's the question that we've got in mind. Me, you know where I stand. Definitely not enough. Well, anyway, is this going to be something that you can use at this point? It's just going to be for bragging rights, really, just to be able to say, hey, I finished above you in the Clatter of Clans, or I was able to get this done on the final day or whatnot. But anyway, let's not start clip farming early on in the game. We've lost 3 teams already, 12 teams left in the lobby. Blackjack Esports still live. They're currently holding up a position up on the top of the school area of the map. Potato Hill is going to be a little bit of a duel between the side there of 10-11 and G3, who have already lost 1 player to the side there of 10-11 there, and we already know with 10-11 getting their first knock, they would want to capitalize on that one. We already see all of them hopping into the vehicles and already sending it towards that position there on the map. We're already starting to see a couple of thirsts come through as well. And there's the fight, in case you're wondering what is going on. G3 already down by 1 player, and they're already looking to, kind of hold their position for the time being. 10-11 are already here. I think they are aware of Serpent's position on the off angle, and I think they're just trying to play a little bit of distraction. Maybe they might be able to fall back a little bit here, G3, but that would not be the case. 10-11 able to find yet another player there, looking for a third one there as we see the shots coming in through. Where is the support? Gorilla finds the trade as the rest of 10-11 come driving through, looking for the run over. Monkey stops to pop and he's going to find the knock. Serpent, the last player left, tries to peek it, and the shots going relentlessly in his direction. He doesn't stop to heal, wants to continue to take the shot there as 10-11. They still have just the 1 player down. But Bam Bam gets into the vehicle. Monkey's got a grenade in hand, looking to draw closer. Serpent, he's not one of those players that you want to push as a solo, but Bam Bam is going to be overly capable, sends them packing, and G3 once again not quite able to put any numbers on the board as they go out in 12th position.
Oh, I am still surprised that this is the same 10-11 that played in the semi finale. If it is the same team, I feel they cheated on me. This is how people feel. But yo, my heart is broken for real. That's like serious heartbreak. But honestly, we have a good knock there with the vehicle. I don't know what is happening to Revenants. They've been doing a good play here. We have a knock. Aspect is also very, very low, trying to get in more knocks there for his team. Trying to get more on Dream Team actually. He's going for the push there. Will it work? Aspect is going in. Sleepy is going in also. Lola there getting the damage. And the Dream Team has been taken back to lobby. Good stuff there from Revenants. I am seeing this now. And I hope they do this next time. Because I feel like it's too late for them to be playing like this. It's too late, unfortunately.
I mean, you just have to mention it. They had 4 eliminations before they went up to Pochinki Hill. And now they're going to leave Pochinki Hill with 11. They got 7 eliminations just off of holding such great position. And that is what I keep saying. I hope now the PR for these positions that I call out is, going high. 10-11 able to get themselves 4 eliminations from Potato Hill. And now Potato Hill happens to be in the zone. So I do see even more eliminations coming through from 10-11 in this game. Revenant Africa now being on top of that hill, they're able to gather as much information as possible. They will be able to make their rotation. I would expect them to go towards that southern edge of the circle, drive somewhere closer to Potato Hill. But right now, Potato Hill does happen to be one place that is a great position to currently be in. In case you're wondering, this is Gods of War on your screen, currently holding around the headshot hills. They're just chilling, trying to see if they can gather information. Not the best of positions, if you ask me. It's quite early to hold that. That's a good
Wow.
spray. Time!
That is a good spray. That is definitely a good spray. They still continue to get some praise against TER, but no knock yet. One player is down. This is really good. I'm loving how people are improving their games as the day goes by, or the night, depends where you are. And good stuff there from Fatal, actually. Good stuff.
W, I really do not know how these players are able to get those scopes to stay, strong. This is the fight and the replay between Revenant and Dream Team. Talk about a move coming through from aspects there, and the instant swap to just clear and change that aim. Absolutely wonderful. These are the stuff we love to see. And look at that. You see the way they instantly pushed up. No one is trying to, forcefully get a thirst or anything. Force the numbers there. You've already gotten 2 players down. It's just the 1 player left. Full send it into his position. But speaking of full send here, TERRORSIX would be full sending it onto the side of Gods of War. But Gods of War have got grenades to play with as control. Currently outside the building, trying to gather as much information as possible. 3 footsteps he definitely hears. And the grenade starts to land downstairs. Celeste has to be forced to heal there as more grenades come into the building. That is the Kobe that we're looking for. And the knock is found. Control does get spotted by the third party there from Royal Academy Gaming. Going to be putting a little bit of a pause in their push here. Celeste needs to get revived as the players there from TERRORSIX continue to avoid the windows. Gods of War sending those grenades in, looking so frantically for a second knock, but they will not be able to find it just yet. I think they've lost. Okay, they did grab the revive, so I'm glad to see that one. TERRORSIX Wakanda as well would be able to grab their revives up.
We can see damage there being registered on Gods of War. They're getting a lot of damage, and 1 player is actually down there. Top has been knocked. TERRORSIX is having a good time at this point. They're getting their revives. They're not having anyone trying to stop them from engaging in a fight against Gods of War, but they need to get the nades flying in at this moment because their enemy, the team that is next to them, have already lost 1 player. And they can easily join in this fight. But BJE have had the shots and they are here. They're ready to have some good time getting the free kills. But will this work? I hope it does for whichever team at this point. But yeah, we have 3 teams at the same place: Gods of War, TERRORSIX, and BJE. It's about to be a beautiful fight. I'm hoping a 4th team joins us.
I mean, we already have Royal Academy currently in the background of this fight. They were the ones that took out the 1 player there from Gods of War. But Gods of War are going to be letting that one stop there, push up here. I mean, Blackjack Esports is going to be a huge distraction and a huge pinch really for them, for any one of those teams who are trying to push. So I think we might be getting a little bit of a stalemate coming through from Gods of War and TERRORSIX. I think unless Blackjack Esports gets that first knock and really pushes into the building, I don't really see this fight getting started anytime soon. Maybe not until the zone does move, which we're about to get there. And that zone going to be favoring that western side of the map. Pretty much where we currently are is the zone. Not too many places to hold. We might see a couple of teams try to hold in Pochinki, but to be honest, that is not going to be the ideal place of choice. But I'm going to see how these teams will play this one. Our majority of the teams up here in these compounds, so they might have to make this one work. It's going to be a little bit of a stalemate for a long time, but it might change if we start to see more teams crash into this warehouse.
Yes, it might. Just looking at the map here, and I can see your Potato Hill there is being occupied by 10, 11. They're not moving. I don't know why. It seems like they're having a good time. But Noxious is also next to them. They might be waiting on them. They're gatekeeping them so that they don't make it to the zone. But they should keep in mind that the zone, as soon as it starts moving, they might be getting some good damage from it if they're not careful, losing some teams. You've seen that happen before. I'm hoping that's not what they're going to do, and probably change their strategy as of now, probably take their usual rotations and come in late and engage in the fights later. That's fine for 10, 11, but they should definitely focus on the zone and how it is moving as of now. But here, I don't know what is going to happen. But if anyone does any wrong move, the players with the buttons that are not separated, jumping and climbing, might be the first players to be going back to lobby if they're next to the windows. But let's see how this plays out at this point.
There's no way you see him. Anyway, with respect to 10-11's rotation, I do see it kind of working. Being on Potato Hill does give you the information, and just down towards that eastern side, those are high grounds there, so you tend to see them hold that high ground, gives them a lot of sight as to what is going on every other part of the map. Because really, when we still talk about the high ground that they would have, it's going to be the high ground that is just behind Blackjack Esports here. So when they get to that point, they will hear these engagements between Blackjack and Gods of War and all of them, and that is something that they can come in through for a third party. But we'll see how 10-11 chooses to play it. That is how I would expect that they should play it, given that position. That's a good nade. Given that position that they have. But yesterday I expected them to play something, but they did the other. So today I would see if they would be following on that path. Blackjack Esports, though, find that first knock onto the side of TERRORSIX, but I think they are aware that it's two teams, so they will not be capitalizing on that fight yet or going for the push. We do see two players inside vehicles. That's the second knock, and they're definitely going to be here. Chinese is already downstairs. Or make that icy, looking to come through to clean things up here. Gods of War, now will be the time to come through for the third party, and indeed they will. MGZ falls as N1 is able to grab that knock, but TERRORSIX continue to lose more players. The third party is really imminent, and Blackjack Esports down by two players in a fight that they just seem to come. And you know, this is what they say. When you're not invited to the talk or to the party, do not show up. Blackjack Esports would lose 3. An Angry Mash would be the last player left to try to hold and defend the positions for Blackjack Esports.
Hey, nades. Did the nade get him? Oh, no, it did not. But we had good nades there flying where we have BJE, Angry Mash. He's getting a lot of pressure right now from every single team that is here. Gods of War were late with their third party. They would have gotten a good number of kills, but they did not. They were just, buying some time. But they're going for the push there. Angry Mash with good damage, getting an... it's Royal Academy making it hard there for Gods of War as they're trying to push Angry Mash. If they see this part of their life, they'll be angry because they're helping BJE there. And they have been taken back to lobby. BJE, GG's, TERRORSIX there with a knock on Gods of War. So this is going quite well for the teams that are here. TERRORSIX doing their thing there. Gods of War doing the same thing. It's really, really a good thing to see people going all out.
Ooh.
I am here for this. The shotguns, the shorties. How many shorties can this guy get? Ooh, okay. 0 shorties. He's not getting any shorties tonight. Quite sad for him. But good stuff, trying to get some.
And you can only guess who's here for the third party. It is none other but 10-11. I did say they would be on the top of that hill and they can hear all of these fights. They do not seem to want to come through for the full third party. It's long range shots that they're doing for the time being. That zone does move. And we're going to be getting one of my favorite zones in the map. It's one of them open fields out here on the outskirts of Pochinki. We still have 7 teams alive, so that is still quite the numbers that I would love to see. And I want to see how the rest of these games do play off. Gerbot putting in a couple shots. Royal Academy squad out there on that northwestern edge. Down towards the west, the southwest, we have Quantum Africa and Team Noxious. And all the way down outside the circle, we have the players there from Aura Esports with Revenants looking to hold the little compound, or not even a compound, just a little tiny building that is currently in that circle.
Yes, they are. TERRORSIX is now trying to find their way to the zone. I don't know which compound they're going to hold. You can see the buildings are not that close to each other. Probably more of the open field is what we're going to have. I'm hoping the game ends in the open field and then people can have a lot of pressure. But TERRORSIX there with a push.
No,
guy climbing. Of course, we have a knock there. Good stuff, but the player has been knocked, unfortunately, and taken back to lobby. That is sleepy. From Revenant's AF aspect is also getting some good damage there. He is down. We have a lot of teams joining this fight. Noxious, Aura Esports, Quantum Africa is also just by the edge again, next to Pochinki.
That's
there.
too easy.
Nade sliding. Come on, Jelly.
Too easy.
Get a good nade.
Oh!
Good nades. Good nades. Both teams have been able to get their knocks there. Aura Esports have a good number of knocks. We have another nade flying. Nah. They have been taken. That one nade. Yes, it is that one nade that has been able to get all those players. It is.
That sincerely was a bad push coming through from the side there of Aura Esports. Because I'm like, why? But there's not too many options available in the zone as well. I really wouldn't blame them, but unfortunately not quite able to get that 10 points in this game. So that consistency we're going to start to question, or I personally would like to question, because hey, I like to say I told you so. But anyway, Quantum Africa find themselves in a very, very tough spot. They might get third party from behind, but it's going to be NOXIOUS taking on the side there of Royal Academy squad. We do see actors going down, and it's going to be Lyrad once again to hold down the fort, or maybe not just him, because he's got teammates in the background. Sky, on the other hand, will eventually get taken out as Royal Academy Gaming are able to hold the little position that they've got going on here. Quantum Africa looking for a little bit of space on that north. Everyone is trying to make it to the north because they're trying to avoid the open fields on the southern edge of the circle. But unfortunately, not everyone can go through the north. Everyone might have to find a different position into that circle.
I don't know how they're going to play this. I was hoping for the zone to be open, and it is. And we are going to have a lot of fights happening there. We can see TR making it hard for Revenants. They're getting the knocks there and pasts. Oh, Yang is from Royal Academy. That is the player I was looking for. But they have made it this far. They have really tried. They're surviving this far. But nades are flying in from 10-11. Will there be Kobe's? Good nades, but there are no Kobe's yet. They cannot spot him. They cannot get Yang. Rad is still out there. He's knocked, and he has been taken back to lobby. Quite unfortunate. They have a good corner here. Strategically holding a corner. It's working out for them, but 10-11 is coming in with that push there. Will it be possible? Quantum Africa doing the same thing. They're making it hard for Royal Academy. They are Fates with a nade. Oh, how did he guess to throw it that far? But anyway, it's fine.
10-11 though would lose one in Monkey. Grenades coming through. That's the Kobe. Gets the one knock. Yang is down. 7k. The last player left to hold down the fort. And 10-11 continue to spam the grenades. He definitely is not surviving that one. Down they go, Royal Academy Gaming. And now Quantum Africa, who was here for the third party, are the ones that are trying to hold down the forts. 10-11 down to 2. 8 eliminations being able to be found. And TERRORSIX Wakanda would be the last team alive to hold down the forts. But Quantum Africa is still up as a 3-man, 5 eliminations. They have the numbers advantage. Can they make it work? That's the question we've got in mind as TERRORSIX find their flank up to the top of the hill. And they might just be able to backbite the players there from 10-11.
They just might be able to do that. I am loving this. I don't know. Someone needs to silence 10-11. I have no problem with them winning, but we need someone silencing them because they are doing that thing. They are the bug sprays. You say that Revenants are the bugs. They 10-11 are the ones who got them. They removed them from their bad lifestyle. And this is, I don't know, someone needs to take them out at this point. We have a knock there at 10-11, still doing that thing. I don't know why no one is making it hard for 10-11 here. Bot is having a good time. Good damage there. It is a push there, getting the good damage, and they have been taken back to lobby. Now we have just 2 teams remaining, 10-11 and TER. Let's go.
TERRORSIX Wakanda though, they have 3 men alive. They know they've gotten 1 knock, so it is a 1v3. Bam bam now. In that 1v3 situation, the off angles are there. It's gonna make things hard. Jump shot from behind. He cannot survive as he's getting over swarmed by the numbers. And TERRORSIX Wakanda would grab themselves a chicken dinner. Hopefully that would push them all the way from 14th position up into better positioning in that game. But what a game that we've got here. 10-11 completely running away with it. Still got themselves a good game in the second game of the day. I do not know, Priest. Are you going to tell Mitch, or should I tell Mitch that it's now over?
I think it's cute. I think it's cute that she thought that she could, give us a little bit of that optimism, all of that. I mean, we love that refreshing, that refreshing part of believing that everything is going to be fine. There's still a chance. Everybody has the opportunity. We love all that. We love to hear that. We love it so much when we hear it. But you and I, we've been in the trenches long enough. We see certain things. We tend to understand certain dynamics. But 10-11, if you weren't sure now, Mitch, I'm pretty sure you know now. So, but good game from TERRORSIX Wakanda turning up. Again, they were also very good in Vikendi. They did pretty much the same thing they did now, played off the back of teams. They didn't necessarily always get into direct confrontation. I've noticed that they're not necessarily a team that likes to do that. They just like to, pick pick, and it works, you know. And it worked in their favor this time once more, getting them that chicken dinner. Fantastic stuff, but still 10-11 stole the show. Consistency, turning up the volume once more. Again, it is a big game for other teams as well. Just to, you know, at this point is to get to see how far you can really go, you know, just see how far you can really take it. How big can you turn things out? Because Celeste has been amazing for TERRORSIX, you know, but LB has turned things around. I've seen Celeste in, you know, other tournaments. He has always been the one leading the charge for TERRORSIX. You know, for this time around, you know, LB was just on fire. And yeah, you know, it was a combination of everybody's effort. You know, 11 eliminations, chicken dinner to follow. Like you said, I think this puts them firmly out of that 14th place that they were currently, you know, dwelling in. You know, bottom teams, they tend to start finding their rhythm, and you know, yeah, we just tend to see stuff like this happen all the time.
Revenants, the one and only cockroaches, able to grab themselves 2300 damage as well as 11 elimination, courtesy of Pochinki Hill. 1300 damage coming through from the side there of TERRORSIX Wakanda. Nothing too surprising. You could see TERRORSIX were really involved in the third parties, especially when they were in those compounds there. The fight against them, Gods of War, and the players there from Blackjack Esports, Revenants, actually make that TERRORSIX Wakanda was somewhere in the background, chunking those grenades and taking those shots, getting those third-party actions in, which is why their knockouts to elimination ratio does not even look like a tally at the moment. But nonetheless, a good game that we saw from both teams.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic stuff. Revenants they did turn up the heat in this game. Over 2,000 in damage points and 11 eliminations, sharing the exact same thing with TERRORSIX Wakanda. Like you said, you know, it doesn't even show how dangerous they were in this particular game. But again, let's not forget about Bam Bam. For 10-11, he was also very, very active, you know, with the grenades, with the utilities. He was always in the front lines, putting in that work. 5 eliminations apiece for these two players, but, you know, Bam Bam was just significantly out there a little bit more. Like I said, TERRORSIX Wakanda, it tends to fall into their pattern of play. They don't necessarily like to be very, very direct in their engagements. They love to just, you know, take tactical positions and, you know, feed into teams, exposed angles, exposed weaknesses and positions and stuff like that. That is exactly how TERRORSIX Wakanda love to play. But 10-11, they're much more direct, you know, they're in your face, and just like Bam Bam, he's very direct there. 600 plus damage points, you know, that is clear cut, that every single damage was dealt directly. Everything was all coming from either his utilities, his guns, everything, even his cars, everything, bro, was just cooking.
Okay, wait, stop. Now you're glazing, bro. Stop it.
He was even popping headshots too. So what are you saying, bro? I mean, he was doing headshots too, bro.
Anyway, we're going to be looking at damage numbers here. Finally, great to see someone able to out damage the side there of 10-11. To be honest, this is probably the first time we've seen this in a long time. 2300 damage coming through from the side there of Revenants Africa. They did capitalize on a whole lot of fights. I'm really impressed to see how they played that last game. And that just goes to show you just how much of a power good positioning in this game can actually pay out for you, especially in the map here of Erangel, because, you know, that was something that we pointed out a whole lot. The positioning coming through from the team, positioning from 10-11 all the way from Potato Hill, positioning from Revenant Africa on Pochinki Hill as well. You know, this positioning set them up for great numbers in terms of damage and also in terms of eliminations as well. Grenade usage coming in through from 10-11, 18 to have TERRORSIX on 12, 22 smokes coming through from Revenant Africa. They had to drive in through on the open field, so I'm not too surprised to see these numbers coming through from these teams.
Yeah, I'm not even surprised at all. You know, 10-11 did put up over 2,000 damage points in there as well. But Madara was super active for Revenant as well, doing over 900 in damage points. So, you know, I think he carried a bulk of the damage points from for the guys from Revenant inside of those 2,000 plus that they had. I think he carried like majority of it, so he was the most active participant in all of that. But Bam Bam and Money Ken working hand in hand to deliver more and more eliminations. Money Ken with over 400 meters. 400 meters distance of longest eliminations. Again, I don't know. It has to be the M4. It has to be the M4 because, I know that these guys are not using those built actions the way I would like to see them used, but it is what it is. It's still part of the meta,
Yeah, I think it's when you knock someone, if the person crawls away, I think that is what kind of counts. But ultimately, to still get 413.
Yeah, I never thought of that as well. I never thought of that.
Yeah, but then to still get 413 means it was a long range knock to get started with, and that player was able to crawl back for the long time as well. But anyway, we're not going to dwell too much. The rescues, not too much. It's not something that we've seen too much of. And as I said, as much as it is a good thing, it kind of is a bad thing as well in terms of the teams. But it's a good thing in terms of knowing that these teams are grabbing their thirst immediately after they get the knocks. But that being said, 4 airdrops looted, nothing too crazy. 57 eliminations gotten. We had 60 players locked into the game. So that just goes to show that this was a heavy fragging game. I really love to see when these games, end in open fields, no man's land, not too much cover to work with. These are the type of gameplays that I really love to see. And well, only 1 point that Blackjack Esports were able to get. Damn it. Look at that. The elims are not even, that's 100 elims, no? Rah. We're going to need to expand the leaderboard right now just so we can accommodate the points there from 10, 11, 167.
Bro, but damn, man. 100 eliminations is nasty work. Crowns, you can't even lie, bro. That is nasty work, bro.
Like, the closest to them is 40 points behind them, and that is Aura Esports with 60. That just goes to show how much 10, 11 are out fragging the entire lobby. But anyway, Aura Esports challenge is still on, 14 points away from 100 points. Can they do it? That's the question in mind. The gap there, why so serious not able to close it, as they did go out quite early on in that last Erangel game. So man, I really do not know what the chances of getting points is for these teams before all hope is lost, really, because now we're heading into Sandhawk, right? It's like, how do you even want to get points on that map, and then 10-11 already on the tear of games. Game 1 they had the chicken dinner. Game 2 they finished second position with a lot of eliminations. Now going into game 3, one of their most favorite maps to play, the map of Sandhawk. I do not know how the rest of the lobby are willing to get points, especially with 10-11 having this run that they currently have.
Yeah, well, like you said, we're about to see some Sandhawk action. We're about to see 10-11 in their element. So yeah, let's take a look, and see what locks in. So ladies and gentlemen, Clatter of Clans Season 2 Grand Finals, and we'll be right back after the break.
Take that. Take that. Now.
With you. It should be a good time, no?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm feeling hopeful
Yeah, 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 yeah.
about the flight, but to be honest, being Sunhawk, I'm definitely going to see a lot of snakes. We're going to see a lot of DBS play. We're going to see probably good nades also. So I'm actually quite optimistic about this. And let's see, since you said it's 10-11, it's already a wrap. I don't know if BJE agrees with that, but I'm hoping they don't.
Well, I mean, it's going to be very interesting if something like, something like that happens. But again, I don't see that happening. BJ would have to drop, the BJ in order for BJE to win, they have to
Hmm.
kill everyone in the lobby now. That's the only way they win. So if they do that, they'll probably be the first team to ever do something like that. And I for one, would love to see something like that as well. But
Hmm.
you can see the zone. They're playing in from the south. They're outside the first zone. They're just behind the guys from Royal Academy. You can see them that southeastern side, just outside Lakawi and Kampong. They could play, in that position. They're just spread out all over the place. Again, I don't know how you feel about teams that like to play, very, very spread out. Do you think it works? Teams that they don't like to, stick together. You have one guy a little bit too, like 100 meters away, then another guy like 150 meters away. They're still in
Hmm.
like an area, yeah, but
Hmm.
they're not inside one, like a house or something. They just like to play around, different areas inside of one particular side of the map. Do you think, that strategy works?
I do not think it works. Okay, it actually depends with your the type of map you play. For example, Sunhawk here, if they're doing that, if they're quite split, I don't know if that's going to work for them because this is Sunhawk. It's quite a bushy and you can't see any enemy team next to you. If someone is snaking right in front of you and your teammates are 100 meters away, that's an immediate knock and that's fast. So how is that going to work for your team? I don't think it works here in Sunhawk unless you're playing probably Erangel there. You can get some cover quickly, maybe in a building since you're maybe close to it. But in Sunhawk, it doesn't work. I don't believe in playing alone, especially if you're not good at close combat. If you're a noob, I am always going to speak from my point of view since I know myself. I am so bad. And knowing that I cannot play alone, I wouldn't advise someone else to do that because it doesn't work at all.
Okay, well, you know what? I think you and I should get in the game sometime. So, I would show you that you're not
Mhm.
a noob because I believe in you personally. I believe in your skill. I think you're not a noob. I think you can do like, like 25 eliminations by yourself.
Ooh.
I believe you can do that. So
Nah,
all you need to do is believe in yourself. Believe in
I don't
yourself.
want to give Raiden a run for his money, so I'm just pretending for now. Let's let him shine till later. For now, I'm good with a noob. I'm okay. Mm.
Okay. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Aura in the north, just outside of Cal, they love this position. They have mastered it. They have it, they have it at the back of their hand. It's also something about these advantages that certain teams have over others when it comes to, drop locations and stuff like that. Some teams they play in other tournaments, other events, and they have where
Mhm.
they like to land, and then they come to tournaments like these,
Mhm.
and that place they like to land, someone else likes to land there as well. So that leads to some chaos, and
Mhm.
it now breeds that little bit of may the best team win, I guess. May the best team, take that position. But again, I gotta ask, how many times do you
Mhm.
think landing with a team and losing to them, how many times do you think that has to happen before you give up the location and say, okay, you can have it, you can have this place, I'm tired?
I'd say once because it's supposed to be the Englishman said once beaten, twice shy. I think he was trying to talk to everyone, including PUBG players, because it's the same thing. If I go somewhere and someone slaps me just because I passed using that route, there's no way I'm going to pass the same route again. I'm going to change and go somewhere else, probably get him with some back shots there when he's not watching, get a stone on his head or something. But otherwise, I wouldn't go back to the same place. It just takes one game
Yeah.
for you to know this place is a no-go for us. That's all.
Okay, so you love the back shots, don't you? Well, yeah, that's the best way. That's the best way. You're right. You're right about that one. But
So,
chaos is already ensuing here.
mhm,
G3 trying to breach this position. Revenant coming off a very, very solid finish with that second place behind TERRORSIX in the previous game, and now they're trying to hold off the line. Madara falls straight with the S12K. Again, the shotguns, the DBSs, the S12Ks, always making a always making an impact inside of all of these games. Grenades already coming out to apply, or rather to take off some of the pressure. G3 looking very strong. They are in a very, very tight 2-1 split. Sleepy continues to apply the pressure so that his teammates can come all the way back and he can get that reset on. But hopefully Serpent does not breach that position for them, because Aspect, unfortunately, he's getting sent back into the lobby at the foot of the door. That is unfortunate, Mitch.
quite sad. Quite sad that this is actually happening. But it's because they have some third parties joining the fight here. You can see 4v4M just behind them, making it hard for Sleepy to get a revive on his Nox teammate. They have been terrorizing these players here from G3 and the Revenants there. But it is a good thing to see Sleepy trying to get some good cover on his teammate. We've been trying to tell teams to do that, and Sleepy has been giving some good cover fire on his teammate there as he's trying to retreat. He smoked the area, but unfortunately, we had the third parties there, and he's not disadvantaged. He has just one player remaining from his team. That's Revenants Africa. They have only one guy around, and that is Sleepy. I don't know how this is going to play out. You can see they're in position 9. They need the kills, they need the position points, and I'm hoping Sleepy will get that for them. I'm really hoping.
Yeah, I'm hoping Sleepy can turn up. I really want him to turn up, but it's going to be a very hard one because, Aura now just pulling up to that scene. G3 now on the advantage, and they will be playing in from that western side. Clippy will cook immediately with the UMP as he steps on Daunt, and Aura now will be fighting for their lives. They're falling one after the other, but Lazy Man, if he has something to say about that one, he will respond in kind. Sprays down with the AUG, connects the dots, and Aura will secure themselves 2 eliminations from all the engagements so far. Serpent slithering about, looking for a way to crack open that defensive position being held by the guys from Aura, but it's looking like this is not going to be the case. Switches over again. Lazy Man immediately
Ew.
with the S12K, shuts it down immediately, and that is what we love to see, ladies and gentlemen. Chaos, violence, we love to see it. Give it to us any opportunity that you got, because Sleepy has been fighting tooth and nail to keep the pressure off. And like you said, Mitch, he has been very, very solid with the cover fire and defensive positions. He's doing absolutely fantastic work. But can he defend himself against 3 players now coming in from 4 before him?
Yeah, it seems like he's doing a really good job right now. He has a couple of players there down. He's going for the push there against the 4v4 player with the DBS. He needs to get this connecting right now because the DBS is a dangerous gun to hold. He is playing hide and seek with Adi Club. It's a back and forth for me. Woo!
Ooh.
Beautiful DBS there from Sleepy. I'm putting my hopes on this guy at this point. He is doing a really, really good job. You can see he has only one player remaining from 4v4M, and that is Sammy. And if odds go well for him, he might just give us what we've been looking for, the 1v3s and the 1v4s since this tournament started, but that's good damage there for Sammy. Let's see how this plays out, really.
Yeah, Sammy is now. Sammy has a little bit of confidence there. He's taken a couple of shots, and they did connect to Sleepy, but Sleepy has to take a little bit of a breather here. He's looking for that opening to deal the damage back as well. He does want to work with the DBS, but now the shots have been ringing out. Here comes Sammy again, circling back. Sleepy takes a little bit of damage, switches over to the DBS immediately because he knows that's the energy that he's looking for here. So 1v1, 4v4M. Can they put a less to Sleepy? Sleepy again tries 2 for 2 and 3 for 3.
Finally.
Sleepy puts them to sleep.
Let's
DBS
go.
supremacy.
He actually has 4 eliminations. I'm not sure if he's the one who took down the whole 4v4M, but we have watched the 3 eliminations he has gotten from 4v4, and those were beautiful knocks and pasts with just the DBS. when the game was beginning here in Sanok, I told you we're going to see a lot of DBS, a lot of nades, and we're seeing it. Look at Sleepy there, getting a whole trio, using that DBS guy. That man needs a cup of tea because they're not doing any drinks. We still have one more game to go, and we need him to be awake. His name is already wrong. He's calling himself Sleepy. That is cool. I'm hoping he'll survive till the end of the game. I'm hoping so.
But yeah, that was absolutely amazing, though. It takes certain level of, nerves, man. You need to kill all your nerves, to take engagements like this. But again, I think the mistake that 4B4 made here was, they were attacking him one after the other. They didn't overwhelm, because I believe those two guys, Sammy and his other teammate, I think they came together from that hillside position. They pulled up together. I don't know why they decided to, attack him one after the other when he was holding a DBS. You got to respect the DBS. Put some respect on that. And you were right. We're going to be seeing a lot of DBS action, and I'm here for it. I plaster in full force, and I hope everybody will plaster too in the comment section, because the DBS, we need to stop it. We need to have it stopped.
We need to. I am here. I tried to sign a petition for PUBG to remove DBS. It's not working. I really don't like this gun. It's very traumatizing. If it gets you a 1v1, believe you me, you'll sign the petition with me. But for Sleepy, just for the case of Sleepy, for now, I'm going to withdraw that statement. But as soon as these games end, I'm going on with it. But as we can see here, we have Wiser Series here and Team Invincibles trying to get on each other there. I don't know how this is going to work out for them. A couple of teams here are trying to pull up their game. They're trying to get many points to try see if they can fit in the top 3 and get their money in the bag. But for now, we just seen people playing how they feel is best. They're engaging in all these types of fights and losing their teammates. Already Invincibles has one player down, and they're still engaging in fights. But I'm hoping for their best that they get to survive this far. We have a Kobe getting BJE Angry Mash. Chris, do you think BJE will take out 10-11 in Hash 1?
It's a big possibility. Most of these teams, they are in the same areas. They decided to learn and adapt, to how they move, and it's starting to show now. BJE already applying the pressure against the guys from the Invincibles. Invincibles have really in danger of dropping out of the top 5. Again, it's still going to be a reach because the next team that's behind them is like roughly 15 points away. But still, with this performance, I would expect a lot more from the Invincibles. But yeah, like you said, BJE, there's still a chance for them to deal with the guys from 10-11. There's so many opportunities there to do something about that. But Paramount with a grenade, like you like to call them, the Kobe's.
Let's go.
That
the
one
Kobe's.
connects.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. So Invincibles here. Sorry. I was doing something. So Invincibles here seem to be making it hard for BJE there to get even a chance to take out 10-11 on position 1 there. BJE, Chinese guy, has been really not doing what I believe he should be doing. He's a really good player. He's been battling the the top fragger position there. But this time round, it's not working out for him. But we can see Quilla from Invincibles has been taken back to lobby, and that leaves just Paramol as the only one standing from his team. He has a lot of gap there to fill. Probably she'll snake, get rid of those clothes because they're purple. Everyone can see him. And this is Sunhawk. Snaking without your clothes is the best option unless you have the same clothes as the grass, the killers. It's not here. But yeah.
Yeah, I always believed in the ghillie suit myself. I'm a ghillie suit merchant. I always chase airdrops, always looking for the ghillie suit because I feel it's just too OP in Sanok. I don't think I would ever see anyone wearing a ghillie suit. If they're not moving, I think if you're not moving, there's no way you see anyone there. And unfortunately for 10-11, they bite off a little bit more that they can chew there. They will be stopped. At the same time, the Invincibles are also getting stopped. So that's to tell you that, we're looking for something different now. We're going to see a little bit of something extra from BJE, 3 eliminations to the good. And this is how they tend to start games that they'd like to win. 10-11 have been moved away So now, yeah, it's open season. It's open
Yes, it
season for
is.
everyone. Why so serious? Also applying pressure towards the guys from Gods of War, trying to make that play. Seven already making the advance into that position to crash the compound. And now this is what we're talking about, Mitch. The splits. They have seven right in front, but the rest of them are behind. This
Yes, they
is
are.
how you breach a compound, and I love to see it.
But will it work? Look at how far they are. If seven is knocked, the much they can do is probably try and stop them from getting the task. But will the revive be there? I hope it works for them, really. But they're really, really far from their teammate there. Why is a serious player seven? He's trying to retreat as Gods of War are still looking for him. They're throwing nades, but the guy has retreated. So let's say, luckily for him, they are not keen to hear. I don't know if they have the $1 earphones or what, but they should be able to hear teammates retreating, jumping in the water. It should be clear enough in your headphones or your earphones, but it is fine. We're seeing Crusader from Aura Esports. It looks like Aura is also engaging in a fight. You can see that they have only one player still remaining from their side. It is not looking good for these teams right now. They're losing a lot of players. The teams that are actually in the top three, only BJE is still alive with the full team. So I'm hoping the tables turn, Chris. Even though you're saying it is locked for 10-11, I'm hoping that maybe we can get to the gap slimming, hopefully, after this game.
Well, yeah, you're right. I would love to see that because finals, grand finals that come down to the last match, of the last day, they are always the most fun, and I love to see stuff like that happen. I'm always going to be an advocate, of games like that. And again, why so serious? They've been applying all of this pressure, and like you said earlier, I'm quite surprised, that they were not able to deal with the guys from Gods of War. They couldn't take over that compound. They couldn't, deal with them directly, even after the whole splits that they did, three at the back. And you were right, just a little bit too far. And Gods of War just didn't commit to that engagement. I was thinking, they were going to deal with that one guy that was outside, and handicap the guys from Why So Serious. But unfortunately, that just wasn't the case. Royal Academy, the same thing. Inside of that position, they are in a little bit of a 2-2 split. Hopefully, they can find some eliminations as well. But second place team, third place team, fourth place team, all of them trying to put some points just to reduce the gap or reduce the distance between all of them. But unfortunately, like you said, Aura are just down to one player, and I spoke too soon. Lazy Man is called out, and Aura will be sent back into the lobby. It's all left to BJE now. Can they put some serious numbers on the board?
I'm hoping they do so at this point. They have survived. They're the only team that is still standing in the top three. If they do a good job, that gap might actually become smaller than it looks. It might become even better. But as you look at the map itself, you can see teams are now closing in. They're coming quite far from the zone. They're trying to get in there. I'm hoping to see what is happening on the side of BJE there. They're getting one of their players is down already. But good nade from IC getting a knock there. Yes, finally I can see what is happening here. They're getting the revive. Gods of War is making it hard for BJE. And, we're trying to vouch for them to get their position one here after, a couple of fights probably slim their gap there. But for Gods of War, they seem to be saying that is not possible. Noxious is coming around there, trying to join in the fight. Quantum Africa doing the same thing, making it hard for BJE. It's as if they know this is BJE and they don't want this team to do anything other than go back to the lobby.
Yeah, you're probably right about that one, because I know that we can see the teams that are engaging in the action, but the players themselves, they can't tell until you send a player back into the lobby. You actually don't know who you're fighting against. But some teams, based off of the fact that they've understood the way certain teams move around certain maps, they've done a little bit of homework, so they know exactly who they're fighting. And sometimes they can even tell who you are by the outfit you're wearing. Some players have some specific outfits, some specific car skin, so they know exactly who it is. But it's about to get very, very, very tricky now, because BJE starting to apply some pressure. Icy sprays right through the window and tries to connect a couple more shots, but unfortunately that's not going to be ideal for them as the guys From Alpha Africa
You're
taking
looking at PJ.
serious hits. Beautiful grenade from MGZ, and he's trying to circle back. ALPHASIEGE getting overwhelmed, and another S12K right to the side, and he will take that hit again. Light tries to circle back, but you can see Chinese popping away with the S12K. You can just feel the aggression from BJE, Icy, looking for an opening to seal this and put the guys from ALPHASIEGE out of their miseries, all left to Light. He's been spotted and he's going to be wrapped away.
Oh.
Beautifully done by Quantum Africa, actually. And somehow the third parties, Mitch, you always got to be scared of the third parties.
You have to. But they're making this work easy for BJE there. They're making it a good fight for them. They've been eliminating the teams that are coming closer to them, making it easy for them to survive. Even though the zone seems to be going away from boot camp, and Team Noxious that was able to take up the hill that is just by the end of the zone there, at the edge of the zone, it's going to be hard for every single team that is going to move from boot camp to go in the zone. If the zone decides to be, it's going to be around the water area. I'm hoping it's going to be there because it's going to be one beautiful game to watch. But here we can see that it is not easy for BJE. Gods of War are making it hard for them to survive. They're trying to, close their gap. They're trying to stop them from moving. But one of the players there from GW is down. Gods of War is down. That is fatal. And three of them are still standing. BJE having a hard time there. IC is down. What is not happening here? BJE is having a very, very hard time trying to survive boot camp because of the third-party fights that are happening. Quantum Africa doing the same thing, trying to fight the teams that are just behind them, that is Royal Academy. A lot of fights are happening right now. Everyone is trying to get their space in the zone. And because some teams are already in the zone, I don't think the teams in boot camp will make it. What do you think?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Boot camp is not the place to be right now. BJE trying to apply the pressure as well onto the guys from Gods of War. But take a look at MGZ as he pops inside of the vehicle, but he's going to be spotted immediately. And that will be a wrap for him as well. BJE will be sent out of the lobby with their bags, and they will be going out in 8th place. Unfortunate scenes for them, but Royal Academy looking to keep the pressure on as well. Quantum Africa looking for a way to breach as well. And more and more chaos. Noxious applying their own couple of shots. The M4s going absolutely insane. The Glaciers and the kill feed on the left-hand side continue to light up. And Noxious trying to keep the hillside all for themselves. They have a fantastic position just from the south. They can play a little bit longer, but now the play zone is going to force them all out. And like you said, this is not the best place to be right now for any of these teams. It's going to take something extra special to keep themselves inside of the circle so far they can find a way inside. But like we said, Lyrad falls immediately. Royal Academy might be in trouble here. Noxious are looking for a way to wrap them up like a bundle and send them back into the lobby with the quickness. Again, the chaos continues. 7K circling back again, but the S12K straight to the chest. And that is going to be a wrap as well for Royal Academy. Dream Team is the team to look out for right now, Mitch.
It definitely is. Oh, good nades there flying in from Noxious, getting a good knock there on Quantum. Lolo is down. Dream Team need to think about what they can do now. They have to go towards Noxious. Since that is the only team that has a good slot in the zone, they have the upper hill. They can see everyone that is beneath them. We have Wiser Serious in the water. I don't know how they're going to get up there. Or the zone is just going to take that free kill on Wiser Serious. But Noxious here is having a good time. I hope it counts. Oh, good knock there from Jelly, getting Dream Player Nova. Lola is still holding at the edge of the zone and not as safe as he thinks it is. The Modi is there and they have been taken back to lobby. GG's to you, Dream Team. And now we just have 3 teams remaining. We are down to Noxious, Quantum Africa, and Wiser Serious Player Monthly, who's out there. Wow, beautiful nade Inferno. And we have the last teams there, Noxious and Quantum Africa Priest. This is good. Which team do you think is going to take this one tonight?
Well, it's going to be a very, very tricky one because the play zone is already on the move, and Noxious have occupied most parts of the zone right now. So things are about to get very iffy. It's a 3 versus 3. There's bodies littered every single place. Quelly's playing off that western corner. He's looking for an opening as well. Clutcher is making a move closer and closer. They do have a little bit of angles there, but Face is going to be dropped away immediately as he pops the Molotov to the right-hand side. Again, couple more shots from Jelly. Gets the first one down, but unfortunately, the second will not connect, and it's all left to one now. Can they hold on? Noxious trying their absolute best to keep the guys from Quantum Africa at bay, one after the other. Clutch are very, very low on HP. He might be getting spotted, but he doesn't see. He gets a knock, and a drop shot is good. Drops him immediately. Might go 2 for 2. Circling back, switches over again to the M4, bounces around into the corner. Inferno and Clutcher, 1 versus 1. Quantum Africa, he reloads, turns it back a little bit by the corner again, and the S12K will circle back, but the M4 will be superior. Quantum Africa. Oh, Mitch, I did not think that was going to be the case, man. Oh.
I did not think that too. I did not see it coming. Quantum Africa, that was a really good play there from. Oh, I mean, his name is Clatter. I'm guessing we should have expected that. Probably that is why he called himself Clatter. That was really good. Honestly, he was outnumbered. It was a 2v1, and the guy did not disappoint. I hope Quantum Africa is happy wherever they are.
Yeah, surely they have to be happy because Clutcher did come through with the clutch. Really thought Noxious had this one in the bag. They had a better position. They had all the bases covered. They were big in the zone. You know, when you say a team is big in the zone, they're like, you know, everywhere. They took very, very good strategic positions. I really thought they had it in, but Clutcher is just a different beast, you know, and he wasn't relying on the S12Ks or anything like that. Bro was just, you know, popping off with the M4, and Inferno was trying to use the S12K at the distance. So it is what it is, you know. Unfortunately, that just didn't work out for them. But I'm proud. I'm really proud, you know, that the two teams that was not even expecting, you know, to turn up in Sanok, they gave us quite a show, you know, towards the end.
Yes, they did. I mean, the pre-fires were just on point there. And we can see from the results, Clutcher is the one who has been carrying the team in this game. Sunhawk there, getting a good amount of damage, a whole 918 with 6 eliminations for his team. That's a really good play coming from him. Actually, that fight, I'm being honest, yes and no. I did not expect it, and probably because Sanok has shown us that we can have solos doing clutches. We've seen Sleepy do it, and now we've seen Clutcher do it. So I'm actually happy to see new players coming up right now.
Yeah, you're right about that one. But yeah, we can't sleep. We can't sleep on Dream Team though. You know, owing to the fact that they did get eliminated somewhere inside of the top 5, but they put up a lot of damage. They put in a lot of work. This is the team that's secured themselves, you know, 11 eliminations and almost 1,500 in damage points, equaling the team that got themselves the chicken dinner. Again, if Dream Team, you know, didn't get caught out earlier, I think they would have done so much better. They could have done so much more, potentially probably gotten like 15 or 16 eliminations. But, you know, that moment where, you know, everything just turned up to them. There were only 2 in a barrage of engagements. You know, there were so many teams alive in that position, and they were just outnumbered. And I think that's what, you know, cost them the game in there. But they put in a lot of work there. Quantum Africa and Dream Team, you could tell that these teams, you know, they were getting very, very active, putting a lot of pressure, you know. And yeah, this is the best I've seen Dream Team play between yesterday and today. This is the best performance I've seen between those two teams.
Yeah, that is actually true. They've actually stepped up their game, and we can see Clatter here getting to go on a head-to-head with a Noxious player in final. The two guys have been able to dominate in their teams. They're getting 6 and 5 eliminations. Good damage from Clatter. I actually believe that Clatter got all these from the last zone. I did not see much of Quantum Africa from throughout the game, but when they came to boot camp and they were having these third-party fights, people at their back there, they still managed to survive, and we are seeing them taking the win with Clatter here. doing us a good number of eliminations, 6, and dealing a good amount of damage for his team. So, Clatter, that is really good coming from you, and I hope your team is, proud of you there with everything that you have done tonight.
Yes, sir. Clutcher turning up every single time he is called upon. BJE somehow still doing the highest amount of damage inside of this game. So you could tell that BJE were trying to get active, but everything was so difficult for them to do because there was so the rotational pattern that they chose was just a little bit too difficult for them to navigate through. And I think that's just the reason why they got caught out. Almost doing 2,000 worth of damage points, but only 6 eliminations to show for it. That's to tell you that it's going to be very, 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 very tricky for them to hold out most of those teams. But Quantum Africa, Dream Team, Noxious, Blackjack Esports, they turned up. They put in a lot of work, a lot of effort. Averaging over 1,000 damage points. They were just utilizing every single thing that they could. I mean, Blackjack Esports used 10 smokes, Mitch. 10. That is a lot.
It is. Of course, they were trying to get good cover on their teammates there when they were knocked. It's really good to see them doing this. We have not seen them using the throwables at all. They've been using just nades and smokes. Nades, not having enough smokes being used in the games. And it's still good to see that Noxious here is dominating with the nades, using a whole total of 14. It's actually really, really good. And seeing that Royal Academy is the one here with the attackers here leading, it's a really good thing there. I've not seen them on the team focus, but it is good to see that they are here and that they have the longest elimination of 380 meters here.
Yeah, 380 meters. Again, that is a really far distance. That is really far. But in the previous game, somebody actually did over like 400. But I think Crowns did throw a little bit of light on that. I think if you get someone knocked away and they crawl, and go die off somewhere else, it counts as distance covered. So yeah, so there's that. So there's that as well. But 58 eliminations, 64 big damage points. But take a look at the leaderboard, ladies and gentlemen. 167 points from 10-11 still. Blackjack Esports with 123. Aura with 90. I think like I said, for me, Aura getting to 100 points, that would be success for me. I would consider that success. Aura doing well enough to finish, inside of the top 3. I gotta respect it, but they are still in danger, of Why So Serious as well as the Invincibles, depending on how those two teams perform in the final game. The top that third position, I think there's some money that goes in there as well. So I think these teams now are battling for a chance, at that prize money. But beautiful stuff from Team Noxious, and ALPHASIEGE putting in some serious points for themselves. And finally, I think the guys from Quantum Africa, that puts them out of the last place that they were in.
Yes,
so they're good now.
Yes, they are. And I want to say 10-11, I am sorry that I was telling BJE to take your spot in position 1. Of course, as the finale was starting, I was rooting for 10-11 and BJE because I saw their play there in the semi-finale. And seeing that they actually kept their word there, it's actually really, really good to see the two teams battling it up. And it's good to see this.
Yeah, you're right. I still have to respect the fact that BJE still continue to apply pressure. Again, I'm still going to do a little bit of a statistics breakdown on how BJE have actually played this compared to 10-11. But ladies and gentlemen, it's the Clatter of Clans Season 22 Grand Final, and we are about to hop into the final game of the night. But before that, we'll take a quick break, and by the time we return, the action continues.
BRB.
Take that. Take that. Now. Take that. Now. Take that. 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 Now. Take that. Now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. It is the Clatter of Clans Season 22 Grand Final. 3 matches completed, 1 match to go. We're heading straight into Eranjo to wrap things up for tonight. It's been a roller coaster. I've been having fun here with Mitch as well, and we're about to hop straight into the final game of the night, and I can't be any more excited. We're about to crown our Season 22 champions, and yeah, it's been a very, very fun ride. 3 days of non-stop action. 10-11 BJE Aura, Invincibles, TERRORSIX, Wakanda, Quantum Africa, ALPHASIEGE. Everybody has been putting their best foot forward, and I have loved seeing every single minute of it. But yeah, 3 matches completed. We started off with Vikendi, which went straight into Eranjo, and we are just coming out of Sandhawk, where Quantum Africa put on a masterclass performance, and now we are about to head into Eranjo, the final match of the night. And I can't hide my excitement, because this is going to be the second Eranjo of the night. So yeah, Mitch, how are you feeling? What are you expecting from this game? Planes in the air. What do you think, teams are going to do in this final game? Do you think you're going to see something, drastic, something going to change? Teams are going to, do something out of the ordinary?
At the moment, no. Actually, for this game, I'm feeling as if gamers are just going to go all out. For the teams in the top 3 or top 5, we are going to see some sort of pressure being applied on them. They're going to try and play maybe strategically, hoping for the best to maybe join the top 3. But as of the rest, seeing how most people tend to embrace when the game is coming to an end, we tend to see players deciding that, you know what, I'm not going to even try anymore. This time, I'm just going to ruin it for people. But I'm hoping that's not the case, and they're going to try their best in this game. It doesn't really matter if you win, but if you can get a good play in this last game, everyone watching this live will see how good you are, even though you didn't get to.
Well, you're right, but me, I'm all for chaos. Me, I'm really all for chaos. If you can ruin it for the next person, ruin it.
They keep ruining it. Let them do it. They keep
ruining it. They gotta do it. You gotta do it one time for the culture. Ruin the game for that team that you don't like. Now is your opportunity. And again, I was expecting, active gaming, but they dropped out of this competition. I think there should be consequences for that. I think them not showing up on the last day, it shows poor sportsmanship, honestly, because I would have expected them to turn up. They are easily one of the strongest teams inside of this region, so I'm surprised. But again, the COC this year has just been a little bit difficult for them to adapt. They were getting cooked on day 1, so I don't think, I think their egos were hurt and they just couldn't see the competition through. But I didn't like that fact. I was expecting a lot better from them, but it is what it is. It is what it is. BJE, on the other hand, I really want them to, just for the culture, just, get a chicken dinner and say that, yeah, we fought hard, because the points I'm seeing right now is not showing that BJE have fought hard. And again, there's something else I wanted to point out to you, Mitch. On statistically, yeah, if you want to win a PUBG Mobile tournament, any PUBG Mobile tournament using the official, point system where every chicken dinner is 10 points. If you're playing, let's say 12 matches, yeah.
Okay.
If you get like 96% of the time, if you get 120 points for a 12-match fixture, that is roughly winning a chicken dinner in all the matches without eliminations. That's really what it is. Is you're averaging 10 points per game. You're averaging, chicken dinner per every game. No eliminations. That's 120 points. So that's the metric that I used to judge most tournaments that I watch. If you do 120 points, you should win by all standards. Yeah, you should win. But this lobby is so different that we have 2 teams that are doing over 120 points. But one of them still doesn't win. That is insane. It hardly ever happens like this, where a team would do this, secure this many points and still not win. It is insane levels. And that's just to tell you that 10-11 are just different.
Yes, they are. They have proven me wrong. They have done everything to show me that they are as good as people say they are. And I'm loving every single bit of it. I'm loving to be here. It's good that you've taught me about that prediction. Now I know. And just as we are talking here and now, it seems like BJE is having a hard time there. ALPHASIEGE getting knocked. TR was there making it hard for BJE. They got at least one kill there from one of the BJE players. And we can see things are not going well for BJE because already one of their players is down again and they're getting pushed there. They're getting pushed by ALPHASIEGE. TR made it hard for them. Now they're having it hard with Alpha. What? BJE, what is not happening to this team there? They have three players down because one is down, he's not been revived, and the last one is not even close yet to do a clutch. He's trying to get the revive there on icy. I hope it works out for them because things are looking icy. No, people are ruining it. Clearly Alpha is doing that for BJE. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That is it. Congratulations, 10-11 on becoming COC. It's season 22 grand final champions. What a time to be alive. BJE. And I told you, in the last games, you see a lot of crazy things happen. ALPHASIEGE on a normal day would not take an engagement against BJE, but it's the last game. They didn't care. They did not care.
Yeah.
They saw who it was and they were like, yeah, so they're getting cooked regardless. We're not gonna step out of the kitchen. We're gonna keep cooking. And they just dealt with BJE straight out the gate. And that is something that you wouldn't have seen on day one because BJE, on day one, I believe they won 3 out of 4 chicken dinners, if I'm not mistaken, on day one.
Yes, they did. Yes.
And that was insane to start the tournament with. Imagine doing all that and you still don't win.
It is frustrating. It definitely is frustrating. I know how they're feeling right now. I don't know if they're getting their fingers crossed of probably not being in position 2 with everything that is happening right now. But I hope they're crossing their fingers, trying to pray to the heavens that they do not lose their position 2 because I believe the prize pool is better for position 2 than position 3. But it happens.
Yeah.
People are going all out.
Yeah.
People are going crazy. So I hope it works out for BJE at this point. I hope it does.
I really hope it does because Aura roughly 33 points. That's like what? 23 eliminations. Yeah, I don't think Aura is doing all that. So I think BJ is fine. Aura had the opportunity to do something in the previous game. I think if they had put up some serious numbers in the Sanok game, I think that they would have been a threat, but I don't think that's going to be the case for them. Aura had a lot of opportunities here, but for me, like I said, 100 points is good enough for me for Aura. If they can get into 100 points, I can respect that. I would say, yeah, they put in a lot of work. They did something special, and I gotta respect it regardless. So yeah, but it is what it is. NOXIOUS, on the other hand, have secured themselves 1 elimination. They're playing outside of prison. G3 also circling back and forth, just playing by the edge of Ferry Pair there. There's a lot of teams, trying to wait for the first zone to decide for them what their strategy is going to be. Again, those teams, you always got to look out for them because there's some teams that all they have to wait for, is the zone. They want the zone to decide what they are going to do next. While some other teams, they decide for themselves regardless of whatever the zone is saying.
Yes, they are. I'm loving how no one cares at this point. Wait, is there a farm in PUBG? I guess I haven't been playing this side of Erangel at all. But we can see Sappen there getting good damage. G3 is another team that I was expecting good play from them, having, Crowns telling me how good they are. And we have not really seen that side of G3 as much. Yes, we had a good time with them in the semi finale. They were doing a really good job. They had good plays. They were showing what they can bring to the table. But when it came to the finale, it seems like maybe the tension got to some teams. I've been told even Dream Team is a good team, but it seems like the tension is doing the same thing to them. I saw them in NPL, if I'm not wrong, Chris, yes? Dream Team
Yes,
is in
sir.
NPL. Yes, so I will
Yeah, Dream Team
definitely.
is
I
in
had
NPL.
expected good games from these players. 10-11 is also losing players from to Alpha Siege, the same team that made it hard for BJE, and now here making it hard for 10-11. It seems like they are now playing as if it's classics. They want to have fun, and sometimes having fun makes the game easy. They are not having any tension. They're not sweating on their screens. Everyone is relaxed and they're ready to destroy every team's chance of winning. But 10-11 has already made it. So even if that happens, I don't think it will change anything as of now. But Alpha Siege have a good time. That's what we want to see tonight for the last game.
Yeah, want to see them have a great time. Again, Alpha Siege, turning up in the last game, the last day. I've seen it happen a lot, in tournaments like these. They just wait because now there's no more pressure, like you said. They're not sweating on their screens, so they're not worried about dying. That is what it is. Once
Mm-hmm.
that pressure is relieved, you tend to see the actual abilities of a lot of teams. And again, it's something that
Yeah.
we've seen time and time again. And now we're about to see more of the same. Revenants trying to hold off the line against guys from G3. This is a very, very, very
Mm-hmm.
interesting engagement. It's a 3 versus 4, and Serpent is trying
Mm-hmm.
to get an open position, but
Mm-hmm.
and Sleepy and the rest of his teammates there just trying to hold a little bit of that defensive position on top of that roof. And they are in a split. Again, they're starting to gather intel and get better positions. But G3, very capable
Mm-hmm.
of holding their own line as well. Falak and Serpent playing in a side by side with the last teammate just playing it a little bit towards that eastern position. Again, I don't think
Mm-hmm.
anything special is going to come out of this. I think these guys are just going to be feeding themselves out till the zone, shuts down, unless, one crazy rotation comes through from Madara. But I don't see that happening because it's going to be a very, very tough position to breach. You can see Madara is already making that play towards the right hand side and trying to
Mm-hmm.
circle back, but it's not looking like it's going to yield much of anything. Smoke's already coming out from Lost Boy. G3 still on the defensive path, playing off the
Mm-hmm.
ridge. Again, there's too many bodies in the area for them to commit fully to this. The grenades are just coming out, but it's still a waste of utilities. If G3 want anything to come out of this, they have to push head on, a couple of
They
sprays, couple
have
of
to.
shots to follow through.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they're going to be breaching this position anytime soon, unless something drastic, comes out of this.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I can see Dream Team is really far. They're trying to gather more points, and this is what I'm saying. You don't really have to lose your points because it's the final game. We already know who the winners are, and we now want to destroy everything we've been doing. It's okay. Give Priest the violence that he's looking for. Give him some ginger. It's okay, but then also impress us with your gameplay. Show us what you guys can do. 10-11 is still maintaining their same rotation coming from Yasnaya, doing a very, very, very wide rotation. They take their time coming to the zone, and they might just encounter our esports. I'm hoping we see a good fight happening there. Also, Alpha Siege is away from 10-11. They were earlier engaging in a fight against them. They have decided this is not something we want to do. Revenant's player here, on the other hand, is moving around with the baggy, trying to make it hard for G3 to, try and get them. And we have good damage from Serpent. Good spray there. Every time I see an M4 player with a 4 scope, I'm usually scared because these guys can control their 4 scope. Although I don't like it, 4 scope, it's too big. But it's a really good scope to use in this game. It's, I guess, manageable for most teams. Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure. Hmm.
Wait, so what's your favorite scope then? The red dot 3x. Which one?
My favorite scope is actually the 6x full reduced. Makes
Oh,
sense.
full 6x. Oh, you cook it like that? Oh, I didn't know. I
No,
was not
I say
familiar
no,
with your game.
no, no. No, I'm saying
Mitch,
you
I
reduce
was
the
not
stick.
familiar with your game. Full
No, you're not
6x?
letting me finish. I peace now.
Okay, okay, okay.
I'm saying you reduce the 6x. Finish the statement.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. You reduce the 6x. So No, I believe you. You can do full 6x on an AKM or M762. I believe
Eh,
you
no,
can
no,
do it.
no, too
Just
shaky, too
mount it up there.
shaky.
Mount it up there and fire away. But yeah, you're right. Actually, I do prefer that over the 4x. The 4x just requires some special effects to make it work. The way the other scopes work. But G3 still, as I expected, I didn't see anything coming out of this. But I can tell what the guys from Revenant are doing. This is called a bait and switch. I've seen this a lot of time. They drive very, very close to the enemies to force them, to get up so that the rest of the teammates can see them and take shots at them. It's a classic, it's just right out of the playbook. Seen it a lot of times and it usually works. And now it has worked as Aspect gets a knock onto Serpent, and now an opportunity for Sleepy to pull the advantage. G3 in trouble. It's a 4 versus 2. It's turned on his head. Falak might be getting knocked away there, switching off the lines. And Falak with a beautiful touch. Sleepy falls immediately as the Thompson will send him back behind his vehicle. Falak circling left, right, and center, trying to hold off his own, but there's corners there to hold off the back line. 2 players left for G3. He trying to circle back again. Plays off to the right-hand side, but the UMP will drop him immediately as he falls, and that is a beautiful shot from Lost Boy circling back, and G3 will be packed up and shipped back into the lobby.
Yes, they are. But I cannot say I'm surprised. We've seen Revenants doing a good job there in game 2, Erangel. They were actually dominating. Unfortunately, something happened along the line and they were taken back to lobby. But this is actually part of their play. They have shown it in the finale and they have taken G3 back to lobby. GG's Revenants. I'm just hoping next time in COC we get to see more of this side of Remnants and not the other side of Remnants. That will be a really good watch to see.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. We've seen a lot of possibilities, from these teams. We've seen them do, amazing stuff all the way around. But take a look at ALPHASIEGE now cooking 10, 11, 9 eliminations. But what a spray from Jebot as he connects as well. But they're trying to keep the pressure off as well. Another position from Light here, trying to hold off the lines. And a beautiful grenade over the top. But Jebot manages to escape by the skin of his teeth, trying to get his HP back up. But he might be in serious trouble here. He's hurt. And he switches over to the DBS as he falls all the way back, but the grenade will chase him. That was a traveling grenade. And that was a fantastic one from ALPHASIEGE. Light with a javelin of a grenade. And that is how, just take a look at that travel. What?
Okay, I'm back. Just seeing how they have been able to get out a 10-11. ALPHASIEGE have done a really good job there. That is what's been outsmarted by Alpha Light. We have seen the 2 players going head to head. We've seen bots and Light going head to head as players. Both players have had really good gameplay earlier. And Bot has been showing a promise with his nades. He's been giving us the Kobe's. Same to Light. But as of this last game, it seems like Light has decided that he is going to go all out. ALPHASIEGE has been able to take out position 1 and position 2 teams, that is BJE and 10-11. So I don't know about ALPHASIEGE. I don't know if this has been their plan to show us what they've got when they're calm. But this should tell them something, that probably the tension is what was making it hard for them to play earlier. And now that they're relaxed and they've realized that they're not taking the win, they are now showing us what they can actually do as a team. And it is really, really good to see this happening as of now. So GG's to you, ALPHASIEGE there, especially Light on the good Kobe we have seen from his teammate there.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic work coming in from ALPHASIEGE. And I think it also ties, into the same thing that you said. This is ALPHASIEGE playing without any pressure attached. 11 eliminations. That is a big number to do in the final game. But again, this is them playing unhinged, I mean, we've got 11 eliminations, 4, 1 over there, 1 over here, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. But 11 eliminations, eliminating the top 2 teams on the leaderboard. Yes, this is the type of game, yeah, that Aura Esports wins. This is the type of game they win. Games that start off like
Uh-huh.
this. Aura Esports, this is the type of game they win. So, I'm looking forward to see if Aura can now start their own assault, because this is the time in the zone where they start to get active. Revenants have been fighting for the longest as well, but now they've run into Monclizzy and the rest of the guys from Why So Serious. Again, it's about to take a different turn. Sleepy applies pressure as Seven gets knocked away with the M4, and another opportunity for them to breach that position. But can they get the reset on? Seven is in a dangerous, dangerous position. Hopefully, they can pop a couple more shots as Royal Academy have pulled up to the scene 2 for 2, and that's going to be a wrap. Revenant stopped dead in their tracks by Why So Serious. Beautiful stuff.
Sorry about that. I think I'm back. I'm having issues here and there, but I am back. So we can see that just nine teams are the ones that are currently standing. 4B4M, Quantum Africa, TERRORISX, Wakanda, Noxious here, Bleeding Aura there with the knock on Alpha Lights. So it seems like our esports is finally engaging in a fight. We have not seen them doing anything. Yes, just Wiser Serious is behind them with just 10 points. So Wiser Serious and our esports cannot take this lightly. And yes, they have not. Our esports getting their kills there on Alpha Siege. And that is it for Alpha. They have been taken back to lobby. Like I was saying, for Wiser Serious and our esports, this is not a time that they should play lazy gameplays. They should actually be on alert because they only have a margin of 10 points. And if any of the teams decide to play it seriously, we might just see our esports losing their slot in Hash 3 and Wiser Serious taking it from them. So both teams have a really intense game, even though for every other team it seems light. It seems like they do not have much to lose as of now. That is not the case for our esports and why so serious.
Yeah, you're right. It is not the case for them at all. There's so many ways this game can go, but like I said, this is the type of game, this is the type of setting that Aura Esports like to perform in. Again, I don't see them doing crazy numbers. There's not even a lot of bodies in here but I would love to see them get 100 points, and they're just 7 points away from that. So for me, that's going to be a good way to finish up the tournament in third place, snatch that one away. But they cannot allow Why So Serious to creep up on them, because a chicken dinner from Why So Serious will change everything here. So they cannot afford to lose any players. They cannot afford to slip away. We are now in the top 8. It's crazy that this is happening in just phase 4 of the circle. Normally, there will be way more teams, way more bodies in the circle, but that's not going to be the case because, ALPHASIEGE have turned the game upside down. They've started cooking everybody in sight, and that is what we love to see. I am here for all of the violence. I am here for all of the chaos. But now, can we see something special from Aura? Because you can see they're making that rotation from the north. They will run into the guys from TERRORSIX Wakanda if they do not make a rotation that cuts right through into the south or the southwest. If they do decide to play into that northern position, they might find themselves in a little bit of a sandwich between TERRORSIX and the guys from Royal Academy.
Yes, yes, yes. Real Academy also has Noxious just next to them. Already, the teams have been taken back to lobby. It's quite a nice thing. I believe they've been serving you the violence you're looking for. They have been going all out. They have been engaging in fights. TERRORISX or TERRORISX, I've been calling them the wrong name. TERRORISX are here moving around just next to our esports. Noxious is also next to them, and we can see they're trying to get some fire there against them. This is usually a good spot. Yes, it does have some good cover, but if any team just goes behind them, they can get a good amount of damage against Terra 6 here, making it hard for them to survive. But honestly, all eyes are on these two teams, our esports and Wiser Serious. Dream Team is also not that far off. They have like 10 points to get into position 4, where Wiser Serious is, or getting maybe 10 kills and a win, and then taking maybe next to hash 3. But I'm not sure. But let's see. For these teams, they have a lot of filling in to do. Quantum Africa is still around. They're still alive. we saw Clatter doing something. I don't know if he's going to do the same thing here in the last game, but I'm hoping he does the same. This is it's like a free run for some teams here because it's not as serious for them. But we are here to see it. We are here to see the violence, and we'll feed the violence to the public.
Yes, couldn't have said it better myself. We're here to feed the violence to the public. Noxious, they're coming off a solid game in Sandhawk, but I'm not sure if they're about to commit to this. But it looks like they want all the smoke. Lord pulling up immediately, switches over, might decide to pop a grenade over the top here, but Sky will apply a little bit of pressure to deal with the guys from Dream Team. Archer's already there with a grenade off to the backhand side, but that grenade might be a little bit of a dangerous one, and it does take some damage. Again, communication is key. Circling back, and he might be getting dropped away, but he's trying to circle back again, but he's going to be dropped, unfortunately, with the UMP, and there's too many bodies in the area. But can they apply the pressure? Noxious now taking damage. Lord has been spotted by the guys from Why So Serious, and the moment he pops out, he might be getting dropped, and he's going to be falling away. Oh, unfortunate scenes for Lola. And Lola gets dropped off as well. Dream Team crumbling under pressure, and it's all left to Nova, and Nova is just too far away out of sight. Again, Mitch, this is what we talked about. When you're playing splits, when you're playing too far away from your teammates, stuff like this tends to happen.
It does. You've seen how they've lost their teammates there one after the other because they're not close to each other. They need to force it to be able to get to help their teammates to get even a single revive. Luckily for Dream Team here, even though they were quite split, Nova made it on time. But usually on other situations, they never survive just because they were too split, and they end up losing their chances of winning that fight against any team. And now Wiser Serious is going for that push definitely after getting a knock, and Dream Team is trying to survive. They're trying to do a comeback here. They already have one player from Wiser Serious is down. He's going in for that push. Will he be able to survive? No, and they have been taken back slowly. GG's to you, Dream Team. But that is the end of the road for you. This is the final game of the night. Priest players are not taking it seriously. What should we tell them? What do you think we should tell them at this point?
Well, I think I wouldn't say they're not taking it seriously. I think it's more of them, not having anything to lose. So they're willing to, test their ability, test their skills to see what exactly they can get away with. Everything that they've been afraid of trying, they've been afraid of doing from the beginning of the tournament. I believe now they are ready, to pull those strings, to get active just like that, to make it happen. But now something interesting is going on right now. Aura Esports and Why So Serious are dangerously close to each other, when it comes to points. They are dangerously close together. Why So Serious have got themselves 9 eliminations, and if Aura Esports do not get a chicken dinner here, they might slip away. They might slip out of 3rd place, and it's about to get very, very tricky. Grenade sent over beautifully. Celeste falls immediately, and he's going to be dropped away. TERRORSIX might be in serious trouble now, as 2 grenades to follow suit, and Aura will secure yet another elimination, bringing their tally up to 4. Chaos has started to ensue here. Jaros playing from inside of the sniper tower. He has an overview and an overlooking position to the rest of these opposition. Aura still have 4 elimination courtesy of Bleeding Aura now, but a beautiful shot to follow suit, as well as Superboy will be sent back into the lobby courtesy of TERRORSIX. Beautiful spray to follow suit. TERRORSIX Wakanda still applying the pressure. Crusader and the rest of the guys from Aura now looking for a way inside of that zone. Why So Serious still very much in the mix, trying to deal with Royal Academy. If they eliminate Royal Academy, then Aura might just be in trouble here.
Yes. Look at the gap there, but they're having a hard time here. Royal Academy is making it hard for the Wiser Serious players to make it to the zone. But good thing for them, they have the numbers. They have 3 players still standing. Nice Kobe there from Risky, getting 7K from Royal Academy. They're definitely going for that push. They're playing valiantly, and we love it. And we have a wipe there from Royal Academy, being taken back to lobby there by the Wiser Serious team here. And our Esports is losing the slot there in position 3. Things are not looking good, but the violence is what Priest is looking for, and that is what Wiser Serious just gave him. They're making it a beautiful game to watch. But our esports, are you aware that this is your time to try and do something because you are losing your position three and your prize money? It is leaving them.
Yeah, they cannot afford any more mistakes, 4 before M
Mm-hmm.
also making that play into that position. And that might change everything right now for Why So Serious if they can not hold that defensive line. TERRORSIX Wakanda now making a play a little bit closer for comfort there. They're circling back again into that corner. But here they come again. Aura in trouble. Lazy
Oh,
Man gets dropped and he might fall into the corner. And they're circling back again. Beautiful spray to hold the defensive line. Again, Crusader and the rest of his teammates are doing the absolute best to hold on there. But Lazy Man, unfortunately, will not be getting picked up as he falls to the zone. And now chaos continues to ensue. TERRORSIX Wakanda will be sent back into the lobby with the quickness down to just 3 teams. Aura need to win. They must win this chicken dinner. That is the
they
only
must.
way that something comes out of this. They have to win. They cannot allow the guys from Why So Serious to snatch that third position away from them in the final game. It is going to be absolutely heartbreaking because there is no prize money for them if they do not win this game. They have to put everything on the line here. The play zone has moved away, centering up all of these teams, and
Oh,
now they're getting called out. Daunt pulls up, and he's
oh
going to be stopped by
no.
Monclizzy and Risk as well. Why So Serious? Might have just stolen it away from Aura, but the grenade from
Whoa.
Crusader shuts it down immediately. Chaos ensues here. Aura now in trouble. Jexy pulls up to Crusader's position, but he's
Kobe.
going to be dropped immediately by the
Wow.
DBS. Chaos ensues once more, and Why So Serious will be
Oh,
swept away
wow.
by Crusader. They turned up. They finally did it. All that's
They
left now is for them
did.
to secure the chicken dinner. Sprays continue again. Sammy plays a couple more shots from the back end, and Bleeding Aura is knocked away. 4B4M have circled back. They're squeezing Aura
Need.
into a different position. Grenade over to the top. Might just steal it away if they cannot win. It is still a big,
Oh
big,
my
big problem
God.
for Aura Esports if they can't make this happen. They have to make this happen.
They have to look at what is happening here. Our esports has only one player standing. 4 before M have been able to get their revive, and that is
Oh,
it. The guy
oh
has
my days.
decided, all right, this is not worth it. The guy
Oh,
just grenaded himself.
oh, wow, wow,
What?
wow. Wow,
You did
Mitch,
not
I don't
tell
even
the
know what to
kill.
say. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if they did it, man. I don't know if they did it. I don't know if they did it. I don't know if they were able to do it. Like I said, only a chicken dinner was going to be the best thing that I would say was going to be successful Aura there. They didn't
Mhm,
get a chicken dinner, they only got a second place finish. And Why So
mhm.
Serious got over, I think, 14 eliminations and a
Yes, they
third
did.
place finish. I don't think
Mhm.
Aura did enough there. I don't think they did. But they did start off with, I think 10 points over the
Mhm.
guys from Why So Serious. So I don't know. It's going to come down to the wire, and I really want to see how that pans out. But Mitch, I was excited into that final third. I will not lie, because of the drama that was going
Mhm.
on there. I was super, super excited.
I was excited with you there. I'm actually not sure, as you, I'm not sure whether our esports still has their position three there. But when they were having their fight there at the last zone, uh, they were only Wiser Series was 5 points away from Aura Esports. They were just 5 points to remove Aura from their position three. And as the game ended, the player there from Aura Esports decided the chicken dinner is not worth it. Decided to grenade himself, and they lost a harsh one. I don't know why they did that. They would have taken the win easily. He did not trust himself to do a clutch there, but that was too good. That fight was a beautiful thing to watch. Why So Serious was there back to back with their fights. They were not stopping. They were going for those kills. If anyone decided to push them, they were doing that thing. And you can see here 4 before M, even though they didn't have a good amount of eliminations, they did bag 10 points for the win there easily because again, the our esports player decided to nade himself, and that I don't think that was a good call. It might have costed them that position 3 in these games.
Yeah, we really want to know, how that panned out for them, because it's going to be very, very chaotic if that decision he made there is what cost them, the game. But still gotta respect Crusader. He was absolutely fantastic in that final third. But 4B4M coming in clutch and securing. I think this is their first chicken dinner of the entire grand final. I think this is the first one that they're getting. So, they're showing up. They're showing up in the final game, and again, I see this happen all the time. Final game of the final day, the teams at the bottom start to turn up, they start to put the work in, and we love to see it. But again, we have to respect the fact that these players, they just get their confidence once the pressure has been taken off. Again, they play with pressure a lot of times, and that just stunts their ability to actually perform. I've seen it happen too many times, and again, this is another night where that is going to be the case. But big moves coming through from Why So Serious. You can take a look. They got 13 eliminations, Mitch. 13 eliminations, and I believe a third place finish. So that roughly gives them, I think, 17 points. Again, I don't know if Aura did enough. I think Aura did enough. I think they did just by the skin of their teeth, but I may be wrong. But what a game this was. 430 from 4B4M. You wouldn't even know that 4B4M won a chicken dinner with only 3 eliminations. I think this is the lowest I have seen in the grand final.
Yeah, that is actually true there. It was an easy win for them, to be honest. And we have new players here in the head-to-head. We have Crispy and we have a Bleeding Aura in the head-to-head. There are 7 eliminations and 5 eliminations on Aura there. Good damage from Crispy. Of course, we were expecting to see one player from ALPHASIEGE in the head-to-head there, because they really tried. They went all out. They did not make it easy for any team. That is BJE and 1011. They silenced both teams in this final game, and it is good to see one of their players is here, and it's Crispy and not Light, because Light has been doing a good job. He has been taking that slot there most of the time from ALPHASIEGE, and it's good to see a new face there. Really good stuff coming from both players, Bleeding Aura and Crispy.
Yeah, you're right. Couldn't agree more myself. It's been an interesting turn of events in this final game, because we saw the guys from ALPHASIEGE turn the volume all the way up, and they didn't stop there. They continued, to apply the pressure. But Aura Esports did come out there with 9 eliminations, and I think with that 9, that they did exactly what they needed to do to secure their 3rd place finish. But they did do the most damage, the guys from Why So Serious, almost averaging 2,000, putting a lot of numbers on the board. But ALPHASIEGE, they started very, very strongly. It would have been absolutely amazing if they secured the chicken dinner as well. But yeah, there's different ways to have gone about that one, again, to hold off the lines. But you got to respect, all of the efforts that these teams have put on the game. So yes, it has been an amazing stuff to watch regardless.
It definitely has been. We can see a good amount of nades coming from Why So Serious. We saw them using a good amount of smokes. 23 is a good amount of smokes they have used throughout the game there, trying to cover their teammates when they were getting knocked, when they were having fights against other teams. So good stuff there on Why So Serious. And yeah, it's good to see we also have a new player on the longest elimination distance there. From Revenants Africa aspects. We have not seen new teams taking that slot. We have seen specific teams, especially our Esports, but it is good to see them there. We have the biggest damage here coming from ALPHASIEGE. Crispy with the 7 eliminations there.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic stuff. Revenants putting in the work consistently again inside of this final third. But you're right, ALPHASIEGE also, Caspi was absolutely fantastic. He put in a lot of work. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, the action, we have seen every single bit of action tonight. We saw an amazing turnout from ALPHASIEGE. They put up a lot of numbers in this final third. Why So Serious also showing what they were made of. Aura Esports battling to keep themselves inside of the top 3. We saw a lot of damage dealt inside of this particular game, roughly 49 total knockouts, 5,500 in total healing. That's to show you that the chaos was flying all over the place. But ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the night. Congratulations to the top 3 teams, Aura Esports, Blackjack Esports, and your champions for the Clatter of Clans Season 22 Grand Final 10-11 Gaming. Mitch, how do you see this?
I am, first of all, why so serious? Was this close from removing our esports in the position 3 there? But congratulations to our esports, Blackjack Esports, and 10-11 for taking the win there. 10-11 have really proven me wrong. I did not know they were that good, to be honest. I know they have been in many competitions, they have won, they have shown everywhere in the stage. But for these games, they have proven me wrong, because in the semi-finale, they were joking and playing with my feelings. But it is good to see they have won. So congratulations to you guys. All I can say is I'm a proud analyst for choosing 10-11 and BJE.
Yes, sir. Beautiful stuff. Why so serious? I have to commend them as well, turning up in the final third, and they put in a lot of effort in the beautiful stuff. Regardless, what a tournament we have had, ladies and gentlemen, and what a time to be alive. COC Season 22 has come to an end, and our champions will be 10-11. I believe they did win the last season as well, so this might be a back-to-back, but I'm not too certain, but I think that, yeah, they did make it happen. They did get themselves that win, and they will be walking away with that prize money. I think they also get the MVP. 100 eliminations is egregious work, violent work, and we love to see all of it. But yeah, it's been an amazing journey so far to watch this tournament from day one into the finals, and now we have come to the end of this tournament. Congratulations to 10-11, congratulations to BJE, and also congratulations to the guys from Aura Esports. Absolutely fantastic stuff.
Definitely, absolutely. Games there. We have seen all these highlights on their MVPs, on the games they have won throughout the game tonight. And I'm proud of every single team that has made it to this point, even for those who didn't win and they still showed up. Congratulations to you guys. That is still a win. Definitely is.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So yeah, it's been an amazing journey, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Clatter of Clans Season 22 Grand Finals. Big shout out to Unsullied Army, big shout out to COC, and big shout out to GPE Studios as well, Ahmed and the rest of his team, for bringing you guys all of this amazing broadcast. So yeah, it's been an amazing journey so far. Prize pool money going all the way out, $67.50 to 10-11, $45 to the guys from BJE, and $30 to Aura. MVP walks away with that mouth-watering $5 USD. So yeah, Mitch, it's been amazing so far. It's been so fun hanging out here with you. Money is going out, 150 USD to the guys from 10-11, and they have, and I'm sure they're going to be enjoying all of that sweet money. So ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of tonight's broadcast. Like I said, big shout out to GPE Studios for bringing you guys the broadcast, Ahmed and the rest of his team. Big shout out to you guys as well. Big shout out to Unsullied Army for bringing us yet another season of the Clatter of Clans. And yeah, we'll see you guys in season 23, and after that probably the COC showdown at the end of the year. But yeah, action continues. But until then, I'll catch you guys on the next one. It's good night from me and Mitch.
Yes, sir. Good night, guys. Bye.